Be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like. I could be brown, I could be blue, I could be violet sky, I could be hurtful, I could be purple, I could be anything you like.
Nicotina's mom! Oh yeah! Nicotina's mom!
You're watching Poindexter Lounge. You already know. You're watching Poindexter Lounge for the unity.
Why don't you set aside an hour or two? We'll have a few drinks and a cup of coffee I don't drink.
Hey, you're watching Poindexter.
You are watching Poindexter Lounge.
Hi, you're watching Poindexter Lounge. I'm choking on chicken.
And now I'll make the point better. This joint's clever. In the lounge with Poindexter. So Poindexter Lounge, you know that we can get it in. And now I'm headed up like I'm Led Zeppelin.
Hi, you're watching Poindexter Lounge. Do you like nerd stuff? Yeah? Then you'll love this. You never know what might happen or who might show up at the lounge.
I just want to thank you for being here and being my friend. It's always good to have someone you could count on, and I'm glad you're that for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention? I've just been handed an urgent and horrifying news story. And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen. Cannonball!
You want to hurt me? Go right ahead if it makes you feel any better. I'm an easy target. Yeah, you're right. I talk too much. I also listen too much. I could be a cold-hearted cynic like you, but I don't like to hurt people's feelings. Well, you think what you want about me, I'm not changing. I like me. My kids like me. My friends like me. Because I'm the real article. What you see is what you get.
The Incredible Hulk will not be presented this evening.
What's up, nerd family? Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge. It's Friday. You made it through the week. You're here. It's now. We're going to make the best of it. It's the weekend, baby. It's the weekend. I actually cleaned up this area a little bit over here. So now there's like stacks of toys up against the corner now. So it's not like bulging out into, so I got a little bit of room now. I feel free. I can move about the cabin as it were. I'm wearing my Nuclear Man t-shirt. Heck yeah. It's Superman 4-Day. I don't know what we're doing. It's not Superman 4-Day. I'm just wearing a Nuclear Man t-shirt. I'm excited. I'm happy. It's a great day to be in the neighborhood. Welcome once again to the Poindexter Lounge, people. My name is Enosh, aka Enosh Fett. If this is your first time to the lounge, you made a good choice. Welcome. We're so glad that you're here. We like people and we like you. We haven't even met you yet. Hi, my name's Enosh and this is my channel, but not just my channel. This channel belongs to all the nerds everywhere because this channel, if you hang around long enough, what you're going to realize is the Poindexter Lounge, you see, is not just any old channel. No, it's a place for, let's all say it together, kids, everybody in the back.
Nerds.
That's right. It's a place for nerds. It's a place where you and me and my crew can get together and talk about all the things that we love. Things like TV shows, movies, games, sci-fi, fantasy, comic books, superheroes, toys, and so much more. And if those are things that get you excited, if those things that get you out of bed in the morning or at 2 p.m. because you stayed up till 6 a.m. trying to do live streams all night long, then hey, you have found the right place. This is the place for you. The wall is blue. And we're glad to have you here. All right. So please hit that subscribe button as well as that notification bell. And also, if you've been here for a while, just check to make sure, because you know what? Doomcock was right. I hate to say it, but when the man was right, he was right. YouTube's doing some crazy stuff, and it's trying to knock people off the channel, knock people off a lot of channels. Like I've got a lot of friends who've been experiencing the same exact problem. So just make sure that you're still subscribed. And also, before you leave tonight, if you have to leave it early, you know what? Just make sure to clean up after yourself. Make sure to just, kind of quietly file out. But also, please make sure that before you leave tonight, at some point, that you hit that like button and let YouTube know that you dig what we are doing here at the channel. All right. So, hey, we got a great panel. I can already tell it's going to be a great night. I can see people in the back already. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time. So, but that being said, first of all, of course, I want to say thank you. Special shout out to all of our patrons. Thank you all for your support of this channel and for all that you do. And of course, everyone who gives super chats, we appreciate you guys so much. You keep the lights on. Literally, you're keeping the lights on right now until I find another job. So thank you guys so much for that. We really appreciate you guys just being here, and appreciate the patrons, those people who help, and also the super chats. And then of course, don't forget our members. Yes. It's an updated member list. There it is. I love the fact that we have so many members now that I have to do one of these things. It's awesome. Look at all those members going by. Oh, yes. All those great members. Oh, love these people. And then, of course, right down there at the bottom, you'll notice we got the newest member signed up last night. Let me bring it back up. Whoa. John Collins. There he is right there. John Collins joined last night. So thank you, John. And your name, too, can be on this list if you just go ahead and sign up for memberships. All the links are down in the description below. And, of course, we got a little link just, on this video that you can be a member. And membership has its privileges. Cool things come with membership. And so, hey, join today. We want you to be part of the team. And don't forget, if you do that, the first of next week, we will be giving this bad boy away right here. Batman, The Long Halloween. I got a bunch of stuff to ship out to people. I got a bunch of stuff. Domain, know that I'm shipping it out again. I had a collection of comics that I was shipping out to Domain. It's come back twice. But I think I figured out what's wrong. And so I'm going to ship it out again. But I got stuff to ship to Brian. I got stuff to ship to a couple other people. And hey, we're going to give this bad boy away. The Batman, The Long Halloween. All you got to do to qualify is be a patron, be a member, or give a super chat at any time. And you are automatically in the run-in for this bad boy right here. It's so smooth. I can't even explain to you how smooth this is. This is not just like a regular cover. This feels like, it's very, it's a matte finish. It's just a beautiful thing. And it's a great comic. So you're going to want to jump in on that. So, hey, get in on that giveaway. All right, real quick before I bring my guests in, just want to say, what's up, Geek Studio? Good to see you, bro. What's up, Protoss X? Good to see you. Sweet stream coming. Yes. Dat Dude Vince says, nice. Need this stream to get through the work night. Come on. You could do it, Dat Dude Vince. Come on. You got it. Hey, Anthony Chobot, I hope that Chobo, I hope that your night goes better, bro. What's up, Nerd Costa Nostra says, hey, Enosh and all those in the chat, happy Friday evening. Let's have a good time tonight. Absolutely. It's party time. It's Friday. Jeff Gladfelty is in the house as Sulu's targeting skills need improvement. Exactly. What's up, Captain James Biggins? He's here tonight. Let's see. Anthony Beltray is here tonight. Good to see you, man. He says, I only care about the Batman trailer and Black Adam. We're going to talk a little bit about Black Adam, too, because, there's a couple things there. Spherical Man says, I've retired, Master Bruce. Yes, I know. Yes, we're going to talk about that as well. Lord Slug says, can't wait for Fandome tomorrow. Getting ready for DC to break the internet. Well, we'll see. We'll see how they do, Lord Slug. I hope so. Look, I'm hoping. Did my boy Alfred really retire? That's a shame. Zombie X Slayer says he's such a darn good actor. Absolutely. Whoops. Come on, StreamYard. Stop skipping people. I don't like that. StreamYard. Man, I wish you guys could see what I see. Let's see. Cherie is here. She goes, yeah, I didn't miss Ryan Reynolds. Nope, you sure did not. You Do Suck is here. What's going on? Hey, there's the lovely Tifftastic. Yep, she's here tonight. Good to see her in the chat. I love when she's here to say hi to everybody. What's up, Rhea? Says, what's up, y'all? Good to see you. That junk man is here. Yes, we're going to hear from that junk man. I don't see no nerd. I'm here. Let's see. A couple more, and then we'll go ahead and get started. What's up, Josh Bowen? Good to see you, bro. Paul Smith is in the house. Says, hey, Enosh, hope you're good. What's up to everyone in the chat? Let's see. It's just good to see everybody. Kenneth Crowley's here. Good to see you, sir. Oh man, yeah, dude, that right? I love that old school intro, man. I dig that, man. That's some cool stuff, man. If you like that, you should see my friend Junkman stuff, man. He's got some great intros like that. What's up, the AMBW channel? Good to see you, sir. Let's see who else is here. Ali, good to see you. H. Bartz is in the house. That's the name I was looking for. Defoe here. Guess what I'm working? Big sad, bro. I know. I was hoping to do the Hall of Fame thing tonight with him, but we're gonna get it. I got a list of people that we're slowly going to add to the Hall of Fame. So here at the channel. So we'll have the members, the patrons and all that stuff, but it will also recognize people in the Hall of Fame. That's just people that have been around here for a while and meant something to the channel. And I mean, you all mean something to the channel. So roughly, I mean, you could all end up in the Hall of Fame, to be quite honest with you. What's up, Power Talk? What's up, Brooks? What's up, Brooke? I should say, I don't know why I said Brooks. I saw it all together. I'm sorry. What's up, Brooke? Good to see you, Brooke. Yeah, I think we're. What's up, Cylon? Scotty's here. Says howdy, nerds. Like seeing the people here. It's always good to see people in the chat. You guys make this worth doing. Oh my goodness, I'm seeing names that I really like. Well, I mean, I should. That sounds weird because then it sounds like different. But no, I names that I haven't seen in a while. But 187 is here. But here's the one that I was looking for. Well, Dark Star is here. Good to see you, Dark Star. It says Enosh tonight feels like the Star Wars cantina. Very relaxed and chill. Loving it. I'm glad you think so, man. Here's the name I was looking for right here. This is what I was saying. Sophie. Let me tell you something about this girl. Sophie has a smile. I don't think that girl could smile and you could be like down. Like seriously, like every time, like Tiffany will be sitting there and she'll be like, "Hey, look at this picture Sophie sent me," and Sophie will be smiling, and I'll just be like, or I'll look at a picture. We got Sophie and Scotty were here with the rest of the gang last year around this time, and my gosh, it's been a year. What? That was October last year that we did the Star Wars watch party where we did the Empire Strikes Back thing. We rented out a theater and people came from all over the country. Oh my gosh, it's been a year. That's insane. But I'll look at that picture and Sophie just got the brightest smile. And so I always love to see Sophie in the chat. It always makes me happy because I just imagine her in that picture and she's just got a great smile. And so she's a great chick and we love her. Yeah, we love Sophie for sure. All right. And Tiffany loves Sophie. For sure. All right, so let's start bringing some people in. Let's get this party rolling. Are you ready to go? It's the show that I think I can. And you know who? Where'd Brian go? There's Brian. Hey, what's up, Brian?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Dude, it's party time. Excellent.
You cleaned up your room, so you got like more room for plenty of room for activities.
I got room for activities. I can put up a bunk bed, dude. We can do the whole thing right here, man. It's
Heck
great.
Yeah. Reenact the scene.
Yeah, it'll be awesome.
Yeah.
Okay, let's bring in some other people. So I'm gonna bring.
Thanks for having me. I heard a lot of. I'm just gonna come here because I've heard that you support woke culture.
Oh,
heard
yeah.
you like.
Yeah.
I heard you like DC crap. I heard you like
PC crap.
Snyder Cut. And you
I don't
promote
think
that
those
junk
two,
man.
I don't think
He was
so.
in studio, but I don't support the junk man because he's a homosexual homophobe.
Oh, is he? I don't know that Snyder Cut and woke are mutually together.
Superman is bisexual, woke, and so is Snyder. So I'll go ahead. Geek the Gamer Kid hired me to watch you tonight to make sure
did
you
Geek
don't
the Gamer
support,
send you after me?
You don't support no woke culture. You hear that?
Well, okay. All right. If you say so. Well, this is what I say to that.
If you believe Doomcock's rumors, that's great. I don't.
Oh, hell. Don't you make fun of the king. He is the Elvis of YouTube.
The Elvis of YouTube.
I got my eye on you. Poindexter.
All right. You keep your eye on me, and we'll keep bringing people in. All right. Next, all the way from Chicago, ladies and gentlemen, Chicago town, Chi-Town. I still got to put the video together of when we met because, but now I got some time. Maybe I'll get to actually edit it now because I'm at home not working. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. Night Star, what's going on, Night Star? What's going on, bro?
Hail, Jeremy. Hail.
Yeah, right.
You got room for a sleepover over there, Enosh. Now that you've cleared out space, I've never been on a show with the Junk Man, but I watch your channel occasionally, and I'm really excited that we can share panel time tonight.
That's awesome.
I'm not the Junk Man.
Sorry.
That's Pickle Haggard.
So much for that.
I'm Picky Haggard, unknown stuntman to the stars.
I should have gone and gotten a big cowboy hat so I could be Turd Ferguson.
Good name.
Love it. I love it. Also, ladies and gentlemen, here tonight. I don't know what name this is. What's he doing? Okay, I don't know. It's RJ.
Hi, what's up?
It's Reeves Justice.
And that one's for H parts right there. That's right.
Is that one for H parts? Is
Yeah,
that for H
it's
parts? Okay. All right. If you say so. If you say so. All right. Well, hey, we got the gang all here. It's time to talk about stuff. It's time to talk about nerd and pop culture stuff because this is the place to be, folks, for all your breakfast meats.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages?
Jesus.
It don't take much to make you laugh, does it?
Nah. Well, actually, it does, but.
Well, and Jesus is here too because he's here with me. I bring him everywhere I go. So there you go.
I tell you what makes me laugh: people that don't believe Doomcock.
People that don't believe him. We're gonna jump down the Doomcock rabbit hole this evening with one of the news stories, I think.
Ooh.
Don't y'all talk bad about the man with the inside knowledge. Y'all jealous.
Yeah.
He's got all the hookups.
I want to know what's inside that mask. Expose him so he can't get away with all this nonsense anymore. But
I'll give you some news. Kathleen Kennedy is under that mask.
You know, like one day, like it's going to be revealed, right? Like,
I know. It just can't come soon enough, though, Enosh. Honestly, when you look at how much money he makes monetizing hate and dissent on his channel, it really drives me crazy that somebody can get away with spreading disinformation like that all the time and never having to be held accountable. That's just a pet peeve of mine.
I know. And that's it's mine too. It bothers me too. But one day,
he's a Nazi to boot.
Speaking of Nazis, we're going to talk about a topic that we didn't even I forgot to put in the in the thing because so you guys get an extra topic. You guys like that? You get an extra topic.
Yes.
Tonight.
Yes.
So the other night we looked at some amazing Indiana Jones 5 pictures of Harrison Ford sitting around doing nothing, sitting, standing, looking around. Some guy on the set like riding a little buggy over and over again. Like I cannot believe the Daily Mail published those things as behind the scenes.
It wasn't exciting footage, but they'll grab anything.
Oh, he was sitting down that way they could get a woman to do all the adventure work in the movie.
He's gonna be a character all night
long. He's just gonna sit in the background.
I love it. Well, so speaking of Doomcock, so of course Doomcock has been talking about how it's gonna be woke. It's all gonna be time travel. Yeah. Yes. Jeremy is the Elvis of YouTube. Fat Elvis, maybe.
He's all Elvis.
He was gloating about it the other day, Enosh. Yesterday's video, I think he was gloating about how he's right, which is why I'm hoping that what we saw with those pictures and time travel is a misdirect.
Doomcock. So he's going on about how.
He was. Sorry, I'm having one of these delicious Dove dark chocolate kisses. Anyway, so
sponsor.
Yeah, so he went on yesterday
for the show.
Yeah, no, they're not sponsoring. So yeah, he went on yesterday with one of his ridiculous videos talking about, and he was gloating throughout the whole thing how he was right. He said this months ago. His unconfirmed spies that we're supposed to take everything with a grain of salt. But it's interesting because he's still parsing it with things might change, so that when things are actually revealed not to be what he says, he can say, "Well, I said that things wouldn't change," while also insisting that he was right. Oh yeah, not now, but watch yesterday's video, everybody.
Well, so the other day, like I said, we devoted a lot of time to that. Where'd it go? Hold on, I pulled it up. I had
the gamer kid don't.
I'm sorry. Like no, you know what? You know what the thing was? I'm sorry. Yes, it was pretty woke actually. I was looking for the Indiana Jones tab, and the tab is actually called Phoebe Waller-Bridge. So.
Indiana Jane.
They've already replaced Harrison.
Yes, they've already replaced him with Phoebe. So as we go into
you do know they're going to rewrite this movie now to make Doomcock look bad.
Right, that's exactly what's going to happen. Yeah,
of course.
I know what's going to happen. That's what they do. They do it on purpose. They make a whole movie, leak it to Doomcock, and then they change the movie just to make him look bad.
Yes, because he's always the victim.
All right, so I got a way to talk about this. Are you ready? I got a drop to go.
Yeah.
Clark was wrong.
I need to report you for that, but my battery is about to die.
He's wrong. I love that. I love these people on TikTok who go on and they're like, "We'll sing whatever you put in the chat." And so I'm just like, so I put in Doomcock was wrong, but I don't think she read it right because she goes Doom Clock was wrong.
Doom Clock was wrong.
So pretty too. Doom Clock was wrong. But yeah, okay.
Oh,
so, all right, everybody okay? Everybody good? All right, here we go.
Thanks.
Phoebe Waller-Bridge is seen on the set of Indiana Jones 5 Woke for the first time as she drags Harrison Ford out of a ditch in Sicily beside a boat full of Roman gladiators. As rumors emerge, the sequel will feature time travel. Are you ready? This one actually has pictures. Okay, to this, these are different kinds of pictures. This isn't just Harrison holding up a wall or drinking or the exciting drinking out of a thermos. You guys remember that the other night?
Subway sandwiches,
Oh yeah,
right?
we're walking through the empty grassy field with Toby. Forgot the other actor's name. The guy who played in the Avengers. He played. What? Why am I suddenly like drawing blanks here?
Because you're old.
That's probably what it is. Yeah.
This ain't Friday Night Lights or Tight or whatever it's called.
Oh my God, it's embarrassing. Sorry.
No, but RJ and Brian were here the other night, man.
Toby Jones.
We're looking at these pictures the other night going, why are they reporting this? Like, this is just like some guy just walked by.
She looks like she's giving him a back rub.
It's the craft services table. Ooh, on the set of Indiana Jones. Oh my gosh. And so even I, as excited as I am to see this movie, even I was like, this is not so special. Okay. So, but hey, here we go. This is some actual stuff. So Phoebe Waller-Bridge has finally been spied shooting scenes for the upcoming Indiana Jones 5 with co-star. He's her co-star. And leading man, Harrison Ford. On location in Sicily, the Fleabag star, 36, was spotted dragging Harrison, 79, out of a ditch before collapsing exhaustedly with him in the mud. While the plot is still shrouded in secrecy, the sequence appeared to feature Indiana in some kind of peril, with Phoebe's character coming to the rescue. Yet, also on set were a group of actors dressed as Roman gladiators. So here we've got all these people around. He looks like he's got a parachute on here. Yeah. Is that a parachute?
I think that she does too. She's got
It's actually a bag full of adult diapers, actually.
Oh, don't diss the Harrison.
I'm sure that when you go back in time, you have to bring a parachute.
Well, here's what I think, though, Inash. Well, my suspicion, and this is, as you juxtapose these pictures against the next pictures we're going to see of the Romans out in the field, that makes me wonder if those pictures were taken at the same place and location as these pictures, or maybe if both sets of pictures were released at the same time to make it look like they were taking place at the same place.
Well, the article says so. I'm kind of with you in there, but the article does say that they were taken on the same set. But let's look at this boat though for a second, okay? Because this is it says she was in some shots with a fedora. She was seen in some shots with a fedora, mirroring the legendary titular character's classic costume. Her ensemble was covered in dirt as she struggled around on the ground with Hollywood legend Harrison. So there's that. But then, so you got this, right? So you got like all these guys here, which is fine. But they're trying to say that that they're going back in time. Right, that they're going through time. It's Indiana Jones in time. This is also on the set where a group of Roman gladiator-looking characters rowing a large boat on the nearby river. And
what if the Roman soldiers were a flashback, and they're talking about something, and we decided to shoot the? Because look, when you make a movie and you go to a location, you shoot everything you can in that location before you leave. So maybe Harrison
no.
Oh yeah, you do.
Night Star, don't even try that. No. We know that that's not true. We know that that's not how they shoot movies. They shoot each thing individually, and only the people that matter and the things that are important.
Also
in order. I mean, they shoot movies in order. Right.
They actually film the movie in the order that it's in the film.
I stand corrected.
Yep. And they don't do cutaways. They don't do flashbacks. They wouldn't be in a situation where you might see people in the background when they're talking about the thing that they're going after, sitting there in parachutes.
Right.
No. No, that
Right.
wouldn't.
And
That's
what do you
why
want
nightmare
to?
scenes are so confusing.
And what do you want to bet George Lucas? What do you want to bet George Lucas is on the side directing his version of Indiana Jones, even though James Mangold is directing the regular version of Indiana Jones?
George
There's
Lucas
probably going to be an alternate George Lucas cut.
Let me tell you where these photos are. Movie's going to end. They're going to go back in time. Indiana Jones is going to get lost in time, and they're going to reboot Raiders of the Lost Ark with this chick in it.
That's what they're saying, is that they're rebooting Raiders of the Lost Ark, that they're going to undo.
Oh,
Like,
shit,
that's
I
so
just made that up.
stupid. That's so stupid, though. Okay, so I'll be honest. Okay, so all kidding aside, real quick. I'm actually kind of not cool with a time travel story. If
I
there's
would
time travel.
completely
I feel like
disengage.
look. Somebody, we were even joking the other night about like Indiana Jones goes to the moon, right? Because it's a space race or something like that. I'll be honest with you, I would actually be more okay with Indiana Jones going to the moon than I would Indiana Jones going through time. To me, that would just feel like jumping the shark.
Because he's an historical character going after historical artifacts. So why doesn't he just go to the actual location they're all from?
Time travel just doesn't fit the framework of what an Indiana Jones. I mean, even Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was stretching it, and I mean that movie was like a complete disaster. I think a lot because of that. Now you've got James Mangold directing.
I'll defend that movie.
All right. Well, that's another conversation.
Yeah.
But now you got James Mangold directing this, who did Logan, Walk the Line, a lot of Ford versus Ferrari. Mangold is known as a very he's a very renowned director, and I just can't imagine that he's going to decide if he's going to take on Indiana Jones to go in this direction of something that's so completely what do they call it? Dude, I'm losing it tonight. Subversion of expectations. I can't imagine Mangold is going to subvert expectations this much when he's been given the last Indiana Jones movie.
Well, couldn't it also be a sign of confidence, though, perhaps? Because it's like, well, James Mangold is behind this, so if they decide to go in this direction, maybe like they really think they have a good idea here, you know?
We'd like to think so. I mean, it's just so far off.
Look,
though.
I'll say this. Like anything.
I mean, I give you credit for that idea, but
like anything, I'll give it a shot. Okay.
Yeah.
I will watch it. Like, even if it is in time or whatever, I'm going to watch it. But you know what? Here's a good point. Maybe the Romans are time traveling. Who knows? I don't know. But the thing is that, like, whatever it is, I'm going to give it a shot. Now, I will say this. I don't think, like, when I watch Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull, okay, there are parts of that movie that are complete garbage. There are parts of that movie that are the monkey scenes, garbage. Mutt as a character, didn't need him.
The ancient alien ending. I'm sorry.
I don't have a problem with that because
I did.
They're
I did.
Okay, but they're interdimensional beings, and it has to do with El Dorado, the city of gold, and the fountain of youth kind of thing.
It was working good until then. It was fine, and then it broke apart.
But I got to say this though, Enosh.
Because I'll say this, because the crystal skulls. Hold on a second. Because the crystal skulls have actually been an archaeological phenomenon that people have looked after and tried to find and tried to figure out. And if you're going to talk about, you know, these quartz crystal skulls that emit this energy and stuff, I don't necessarily have an issue with it being, you know, like aliens or interdimensional beings or whatever you want to call it. You know, because that really wasn't the whole movie. It was just the end, you know, to me. But
wait a minute. Y'all have a problem with time travel in a movie where a box of sand can make people's face melt, magic rocks can heal a whole community, an empty cup can make you live forever, but time travel just pushing it too far for you guys.
All right, well, he's got a point with that, but I gotta throw this in. If you can only defend Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull by cherry picking what you liked and what you didn't like, I don't have to cherry pick anything in Raiders. I don't have to cherry pick anything in Temple of Doom or Last Crusade.
Well, hold on, because I do. I feel that there's things in each movie. Now, I'll say Last Crusade is almost as darn perfect as you can make a movie. Okay, that Last Crusade has just pretty much got it all. Last Crusade is pretty much on. But look, the thing is there are things in the other movies that are problematic. I mean, the whole scene where like they crash the airplane and they get out on the raft and they're like floating.
All right, I give you that. I mean? That's the only thing from Temple of Doom, though.
Well, the only thing.
Anyway. I love
like,
Tom. I think Tom Cruise is horribly
They pull
underrated.
the dude's heart out and it beats in the guy's head. Kalima.
It also
Yes, but the face is melted at the end of Raiders. That's the whole magic
Okay,
of Supernatural.
what about the mine ride? What about the mine ride?
I love the mine ride. The mine ride is like a roller coaster ride.
It's literally jumping track though.
There's a point though. Like these are flights of fantasy. You know what I mean? Like if you're looking for realism in an Indiana Jones movie, look somewhere else. And that's where I messed up.
Thank you, Brian.
I concede my point. I just still didn't. I've only seen that movie once, and that was at the theater.
You gotta go back.
And that was the last time I watched it.
So, no, I'll agree with you, Brian, because the first time I saw it, I'll be honest with you, the first time I saw it, I was like,
wronged.
I don't know if I like this or not, because the monkeys are weird. I don't like the rubber snake because it looked. There were parts of the movie that looked. I was disappointed that it was a Spielberg film, and half of it looked like you could tell that it was on a set.
Yeah,
you know, like the whole. It's got the lifeless rubber snake.
The whole color palette was off. Also, the original films had a very very rich 1940s look. And although they argue, well, okay, so Kingdom of the Crystal Skull was supposed to mirror the Alien serials of the 1950s, and the color palette of color films in the 50s did actually have that weird saturated or undersaturated look to it. So, but. It didn't feel like it was organic to the other Indiana Jones movies because of that.
I'll tell you exactly the moment I decide. I'll tell you the exact
There you go,
moment.
Brian. There you go, Brian. Maybe Gary says maybe they're looking for humpback whale.
You never know. Okay, I'm just saying, like, I believe time travel more in a Star Trek movie than I would in a Indiana Jones movie. I'm just saying.
Yeah. Let me tell you why it's time travel.
But no,
in the Crystal Skull, it was a throwback to the 50s. Before that, you had a throwback to the 40s.
Yeah.
And what's in the 60s? Time travel movies. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. I'm going to leave it right there.
Well, did any of you guys
was also the space race though? So
did any of you guys read the Indiana Jones run that Marvel did back in the 1980s? So there was, I think it was a 2-part issue. It was called The Further Adventures of Indiana Jones. I don't think John Byrne was illustrating anymore. But there was a series of stories where it took place in the 1930s where Indy and an English professor, a woman, were chasing Nazis who were trying to get to Stonehenge with this crystal thing that opened up the portal. And I can't help but wonder.
Gosh, man, I'd love to see him go after Stonehenge.
Well, Stonehenge is supposedly rumored to be in this movie in some way. I'm just wondering as
that's how they time travel.
As Lucasfilm has kind of cherry picked from the extended universe for the Star Wars films, the Star Wars sequels, I'm wondering if maybe they cherry picked a little bit from aspects of the old Indiana Jones stories to inject into this story.
Here's what they should do.
Hold on. Brian's been trying to say something for like the last 5 minutes.
I'm sorry. I actually kind of forgot, so I apologize. So
I'm sorry, Brian, because I knew you were trying to get
it was poignant, but no, I forgot. Sorry, I do apologize. It's my fault.
Well, Brian, I apologize that you did not get that out, man.
It's all good, man.
So if you remember,
there's still plenty of show. I might remember halfway through the next topic.
All right. Todd Fayer here, our good buddy Todd. I wonder what this is about. Hey, it's about Indiana Jones. I like it.
I was gonna say, don't worry, Andrew's not here
and
tonight.
then there's some Kevin Feige there too. Kevin Feige could figure out the secrets of the crystal skulls.
There you go.
I was gonna say they should do.
He probably could. I would have more faith in that.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I was gonna say they should just do everything in this movie: Bermuda Triangle, Atlantis.
Oh, just do it all.
No.
Time travel, the moon.
I remember
Indiana Jones at Stonehenge. They're opening up a portal and letting some spirits through. This is the run that I was talking about.
Did you remember? You said
yes. Okay, I'll tell you the exact moment I did not like Curse of the Kingdom Skull. The first 30 seconds when you see that stupid little CG
gopher,
prairie dog gopher thing.
Yeah.
It looks so fake. I'm just like, what is this? Couldn't get behind the movie. Sorry.
Actually,
Brian, I did not like that movie.
To your point, think about it like this. Every Indiana Jones movie, they used a creative way to show the Paramount logo with the mountain.
In a very grand and majestic way, though.
Way.
Yep. and the
But
gopher was not
the
granted
Gopher
majestic.
Hill. That's very much a comedic thing.
Yep. And that set the tone for everything we saw afterwards. As far
You see,
as
the guys in charge of this stuff lack creativity and are completely out of ideas.
It set the tone for how fake this movie was going to be. Everything
the
looked
worst
fake.
part is when it
Couldn't do it, man.
The worst part for me when I knew that movie was horrible, I saw the name Kathleen Kennedy come up in the credits, and that was her first movie she ever produced.
The Gopher. Holy crap!
Ladies and gentlemen, can I please have your attention?
I didn't mean to do that. StreamYard did that. I apologize.
That was pre-Gopher right there.
Y'all trying to make us shut up.
No.
Because you're on a bonus.
Get the bonus.
This is what happens when we get too close to the truth. We get silenced by a drop.
Wokeness and censorship.
Oh no, you're not making fun of my boy Mike Zero too, are you? I'm taking notes on you, bud.
The only thing I want to see is the return of thrash metal Mike Zero. And if anybody knows what I'm talking about, you get extra points for knowing, okay?
Dude,
This
he
is back
deleted
when-
all of his old videos, though, man.
Oh, what? Okay,
Yeah,
so
like,
this was
you
way
used to be
back in
able-
the day, before the hat.
Yep. You used to be able to go back and like watch Mike Zero's like original videos that like he used to put out like when he was just like doing stuff, but now he's like deleted everything back to just the Star Wars stuff. So
I wonder
like,
why.
I wonder.
Sounds like the woke culture deleted it. The people that run YouTube don't want you to see it. Must have been speaking some truth.
No, because they used to be positive Star Wars videos.
I don't think there's no such thing.
No. Mike Zero did positive Star Wars videos until Ryan Johnson took one on him.
Opened his eyes, you mean?
or it became fashionable and more economically viable to put out all the negative videos.
Next, y'all gonna tell me Geek the Gamer Kid liked The Last Jedi when he first saw it.
He did.
Whoa, no, what now? Come on now.
Okay, so here's the boat right here. I don't know. This doesn't really seem like it's.
It doesn't seem like it fits.
It's just the weird. I was saying in before the stream started that viewer Anadu, who gets a lot of information on test screen, says that there is rumblings that there is a time travel element to this movie, but it's not verified. It's not something concrete. Technically, it's just like a rumbling, right? The thing is though, if they're gonna do time travel, they gotta handle it right, because they could easily squander this and really make it messy. But I trust James Mangold to hopefully steer the ship, no pun intended, in the right direction.
That's why I wonder if these leaks are a misdirect. Maybe this could be from the movie. It might be a flashback. Someone in the chat said, well, what if the Roman soldiers came to the present? Why would Harrison and Phoebe need parachutes if it's a time travel movie? So
maybe they parachute down to a vortex and transports them to
Well,
Roman times.
months ago, there were other pictures from the set that showed more modern day motorcyclists, or they claimed that they were from the Indiana Jones set, and there was, because apparently
the guy was wearing a
commercial.
mask. The guy was wearing a mask.
Yeah, a helmet,
Yeah,
and people were
frontman.
saying, and it was filming around the same place that Indiana Jones was filming, and the rumors were that, well, this looks odd. Why do these motorcycles look so modern if they're from an Indiana Jones movie? It's because while those pictures were taken within the same proximity as Indiana Jones is filming, they were for a TV commercial.
Yeah.
So, again, it's like you've got misdirect. Maybe the studio wants to misdirect people, making them think that this is going to be time travel by however these pictures are being juxtaposed right now, and leading people like Doomcroc in the wrong direction so he can have egg on his face later.
Well, I love the fact
really
that Mangold actually, like he's been very vocal. Where people have like come against this film
To the point where they hate him now, yes.
And he's been very vocal, and and I always think it's funny because Geeks and Gamers, Doomcock, all these guys, they call out everybody, and the second anybody answers them, they're just like, oh yeah, they just need to know their role, they need to back up. It's just Hollywood attacking us and stuff, and it's like
because they're so important.
Yeah, it's like, well, you know what? You call people out and you make up a bunch of nonsense. like that, and just because somebody defends themselves, then all of a sudden, like, oh, they're attacking you. It's stupid. Anyways, we got somebody else. It's about to get crazy in here.
Well, hold on, I can prove that this is not from the Indiana Jones movie.
How's that?
They're all white men in that boat.
He's got a point.
It's not woke enough.
No Kathleen Kennedy put white men in that boat.
That's true. That's true. They would all be of other races. That's true.
I don't think none of them's bisexual.
And with purple hair and androgynous.
And I don't see Brie Larson in any of these pictures.
Yeah, where's Brie Larson, man? Brie Larson should be in there.
I heard she's playing Belloc in this movie.
You know what? I'm a little.
I can't tell if you're being smart or stupid.
Hey, so it's about to get crazy in here. We're about to get somebody who knows what his take is going to be on this. But hey, Crazy Joe is in the house.
Crazy
again.
Joe!
Hey, what's up, man?
Crazy Joe?
Hey, I can tell you what's not woke. Me. I'm late to this stream because I fell asleep in the chair over there.
And RJ, you always want to go on about me being an old man yelling at the clouds. Okay.
He's wearing a lower deck shirt.
I love.
You can't get no woker than that.
Oh, that's a nice shirt.
I got done doing a stream earlier tonight with Gary from Metro Obelisk Radio. He asked me to do his season in review stream for Lower Deck season 2.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
That's cool, man. That's cool. So so we got the boat here, and then here's some more stuff. She looks a little frustrated right here.
She had to deal with a white man. You would look like that too if you had to put up with that. But you don't know. You are a white man.
Yeah. Here's this is a drama. Phoebe, now no stranger to action franchises, having lent her pen to the most recent James Bond movie, No Time to Die. Was that woke? Anybody see that movie?
No, not at all. My God, have you guys talked about No Time to Die?
No,
yet?
I haven't seen it. I haven't seen it.
I haven't seen it either.
Really quickly, scroll back to that picture of the two of them, those two different pictures. That doesn't look like an Indiana Jones movie. It could be like a Viagra commercial.
Yeah. Very disappointed over here.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Very just.
Poor Harrison with that beleaguered look on his face.
Right. This is probably the moment where they parachute in. He breaks his back, so he can't use his legs anymore, and she must take his fedora here and go on, and she leaves him for dead back in time.
And it gets all dramatic. It's like boom.
I still want to know how they're going to explain. I still want to know what's going to happen now, where they're going to explain like where the hell Mutt is.
Or Marion, and Marion.
Yeah.
He's dead. They killed him off screen.
Could you imagine they do that where Indiana tells you to do all their brains?
Even if they don't do the time travel and Marion or Mutt are gone. I mean, not that I want to see Mutt, but if Marion's gone, I'm out.
Is it that hard though? Like, I mean, couldn't he just get a phone call? Like, I'll see you later, son. My son's teaching a class. He's a teacher.
No. In relation to you saying that they were killed off screen, the idea of them Marion being killed off screen or something.
Yeah, I don't like that. Here's an interesting thing. It says crash landing. He appeared in a chocolate jumpsuit. What chocolate jumpsuit? He's got his jacket and his khakis. Like, what?
Is this Daily Mail again?
Yeah. How reliable is Daily Mail with their reports?
Daily
Honestly,
Mail
they're like the
writers.
Enquirer from the UK.
That's the wrong caption. The chocolate jumpsuit was supposed to go under the picture of Timothy Chalamet as Willy Wonka.
I don't know, but it says with a parachute pack strapped to his back, presumably the scene sees Indiana Jones jump from a plane back in time with his assistant dragging him out of a ditch after landing. Maybe they go through the Bermuda Triangle in an airplane, and they end up back in time. Right.
All right.
And
why would the Romans be in the middle of the Bermuda Triangle?
Well, no, because it just sends them back in time, right? Okay. So, like you said, we're going to cover it all. We're going to cover Stonehenge, Loch Ness Monster, Bigfoot, Bermuda Triangle, time travel. We're just going to hit all of the cool super things, and then that way, like it's just going to be like when he goes dun da 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 dun da da,
and he goes to sleep there.
Yeah,
I heard Indiana Jones was going to be on an island the whole movie, and they only show him till the end.
He's in Lost. That's what it is. It's
she brings the whip to him and he throws it away.
You know, the funny thing is the refrigerator scene from Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, that was right out of the original script for Back to the Future. So maybe he went back in time in the last one. Maybe the explosion, and we never knew. He's been there the whole time.
Great Scott.
RJ, that's fine, man. Because we're up to 6 now, so
I'm gonna leave when you get done with Indiana Jones.
You sure?
I can't handle any more of this woke crap.
Oh, whatever.
Talking about gay Superman.
Are you gonna? No, we ain't talking about gay Superman tonight. You're letting? Are you letting Junkman in after you leave Pickle?
Hey, he's charging me about an hour to sit in this stupid room. Bunch of toys, a grown man.
Oh man. So so there's just
they are so gonna Picard him, dude.
Do you think so?
Well, someone in the chat brought up earlier. I wish I could remember who it was, but somebody said, "What if they introduce time travel so they can pluck out a younger Indy?"
No, they're gonna put him into a robot, so he can keep playing Indiana Jones for.
But I'm just saying, like, what if they use time travel as a reason to like reboot with a younger actor?
Make it a woman.
What Doomcroc was saying was that Indy, and Phoebe go back in time and meet younger Indiana Jones, which is what all those World War II scenes were for, which would just no. I think I'm praying that this is all misdirect and it has nothing to do with these crazy rumors that we're reading at the Daily Mail or listening to from Doomcroc.
Well, Doomcroc's got a good track record. You remember he was a spoiler to the Star Wars movie.
Who the hell's Doomcroc?
So does Leprosy.
I don't know what's going on here.
That makes fun of Doomcroc.
I don't think Harrison Ford knows what's going on there.
Yeah, he kind of looks a bit confused.
He got some little ankles.
What the hell am I doing here? Doing another one of these Indiana Jones movies?
I don't care.
Why am I here? I don't care. Where's my paycheck?
I think she got a turd in her.
Shoot Greedo first, or did Greedo shoot you first?
I don't care.
Where's Callista? Callista, bring me my
They're not even
medication.
married anymore.
Callista, bring me my weed.
Silent Scotty says the Jersey Devil better be in there.
Right? Chupacabra. Let's go the whole hog, man.
You notice you don't see Kathleen Kennedy because she was banned from the set.
Okay.
Yes.
I demand a cameo by Giorgio Tsoukalos.
So Paul says in the chat, "Hey, that's my gun, lady."
If you say so, Indiana.
That's my gun. Don't go down my pants.
That other piece doesn't work anymore.
Younger Indiana, played by Brie Larson.
Disney. That's it right there.
She
ruined Star Wars. She ruined Marvel. Now she's going to ruin Indiana Jones.
Well, this is where she. Going to be
interesting to see how it turns out.
This is where she gives him his medicine, his Doomagra. This makes him angry, and then he's able to fight the rest.
I
of the
eat a
movie.
bottle of that every day.
Harrison thinks it's a Star Wars movie. Where the hell am I? Chewie.
We're home. Chewie, we're home.
It's always been interesting to me though that Harrison like really hates the Han Solo character, but he loves Indiana Jones.
I have a theory on that. My theory is this: as much as he liked doing the original Star Wars, by the time he did Empire and Jedi, he was a supporting cast character. Indiana Jones is all his.
Yep.
I think that's what it comes down to.
No, he's the lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh says, "Can we move on, please? All this culture war stuff is just annoying." At this point,
more or less.
I mean, I know some people feel that way, you know.
Yeah, it's just what's up, Garguts? Been a while, bro. Whoops, sorry. Hold on.
Whoa, they look like Doomcroc.
That's frightening.
Sorry about that, man.
Conveniently placed.
Didn't mean to block you out there. How you doing, man?
I think you're muted.
Oh, you're muted, bro.
Oh no! Okay, there we go. Here we
You
go.
got that huge microphone there, and you're muted. Now we
Am I still muted? Okay.
No,
How you
you're
doing,
good.
brother?
No, we can hear you. Good, man.
Oh, okay.
Good to see you, bro.
Hey, good to see you, man. I haven't been around in a while, dude. Just been working my ass off, dude, and now I got my weekends free now. So
nice. Yeah. Very nice.
Fine. House.
Mutt, we're home.
Hey, somebody tell Crazy Joe he's facing the wrong direction.
What's going on here with
More
Harrison?
interesting over there.
Stop looking at your Mr. T merchandise.
Is that like a PowerPoint clicker? What is
I
that?
put it-
Is that
I
a
put it
flip
in
phone?
Look at my merchandise.
I'm adjusting my fan behind me.
Is that a flip phone? What the heck is that?
No, it's my remote control for my fan.
There you go.
It's a cricket.
That's the
It's a
biggest
cricket.
remote I ever seen.
So
for
I
a
can make
fan.
emergency calls only. He's getting to that age. These smartphones, they confuse him. They're scary. It's like unfrozen
Oh
caveman
shit!
lawyer.
Somebody
Whoa.
crazy Joe.
Oh, crazy joke.
He's falling. He's falling and he can't get up.
No, it's falling with style.
Oh,
Oh shit! Somebody. Oh.
All right,
That'd be
crazy
really
Joe.
messed up if something actually bad happened, and we're all just sitting here
Right.
yucking it up.
Right.
Oh, that other guy disappeared. Come on.
We
That
got
was-
weird stuff happening.
Whoa.
Riveting.
He's got his Christmas decorations up on the fireplace.
He was erased by the woke.
And then,
Kathleen Kennedy got him.
then there was none.
Red alarm.
Let me tell you something. The only reason am I here?
Oh,
Oh,
Let me tell you something. The only
Time
reason
travel.
I'm doing this movie is for the paycheck. Callista, where are my edibles?
that's your ex-wife, man.
Have you
Callista's
heard?
not,
you're
Callista's
not-
not my ex-wife.
You're not married anymore to her.
what?
When did this happen?
He's not been married to Callista for a while.
No,
What?
he's
I didn't
still
know
with
that.
Callista.
Yeah,
Where did you hear this?
She's on TikTok. She's on TikTok. I found her TikTok channel, and she still like talks positively about him. But she talked about that they had been split.
For how long? This
I
is
don't
news
know.
to me. I didn't even know this. I don't even think Harrison knows it.
Doomcock ain't said it.
Why hasn't Mike Zero or Doomcroc reported on this?
You got to say "kid" a lot. He's like, "Listen, kid.
Listen, kid.
You gotta put your finger.
Listen, kid.
What do you-
Bring me my.
We're all."
Josh says, why does Nightstar sound like Little Nicky?
I'm not Little Nicky. I'm
Just
Harrison
say
Ford.
Popeye's chicken is freaking awesome.
Listen, kid. I'm not Little Nicky. I'm Harrison Ford. All right, so I don't do the best Harrison Ford imitation, but I tried.
All right,
You got to be like,
So like Harrison right here looks very perplexed, and I don't know what she's doing here. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, that's she's not going for the gun we know of.
This is a little suspect. If I'm
why does she have a hole in her butt?
That's why I said, look, she has a turd in her pants.
What?
Jesus,
it does look like
on.
a. Never mind. Okay.
That's one big hemorrhoid.
Moving on.
All right, so here we go. So it's obviously a parachute because you got the strings here. That's a lot of strings though for that though, I guess. But there's this again, the Daily Mail coming through with a lot of pictures of them standing around talking, and I'm sure they're going to eat something.
And misidentifying Harrison's wardrobe. That's not a chocolate jumpsuit.
Yeah, it says filming for the sequel appeared to be back in full swing this month following Harrison's June shoulder injury, which caused production to be halted for 3 months. London's Hatton Garden was transported back to the 1960s, where the production crew had convincingly decorated the street with American memorabilia. Old school cars and vintage store facades populated the hotspot, complete with U.S. mailboxes, rubber tires with a Y, rubber tires, and weathered posters reading "Blood Bank Donors Paid." Stacks of New York's daily news broadsheets were piled upon wooden slats with the headline "Oust Cuban Spy for Nixon Plot" on its front page, while traditional television and radio sets graced shop windows. Harrison had to undergo surgery on his shoulder following his injury at Pinewood Studios, with the crew using a stand-in for the crowd scenes during his absence. So again, this is like a bunch.
Hey,
What is
Enosh,
what is going on here?
Enosh, really quickly, you are really mistaken on him and Callista being separated. There's nothing. In fact, I think I saw some pictures of them together.
I'm just going by. I'm just telling you what she said. Who said? With Callista said on her TikTok that
Herself.
they weren't together. That's what she said, that they weren't together. So,
And you actually saw that video?
Yeah, I actually saw the
Okay,
video.
I'm
That's
not,
why-
dude. I'm not questioning your
unless-
integrity. I'm shocked to hear this. So that's why I'm looking
I
into
wouldn't
it.
have said it. I wouldn't have said it if I didn't see it. So
I wonder if she was joking.
maybe she was joking. She didn't.
Who's
seem
doing
to be
fake
sure.
rumors now?
Because the tabloids would be all over this. I'm not seeing anything, even like within the past week or month, on Google News about them being separated.
I'm just telling
They've
you what
been
she said in
married
that
since
video.
2010.
Could she have meant that they were temporarily like physically separated because he was in London shooting the
Yeah.
movie?
That's not the way it sounded, but okay.
Enos cock.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong.
I hope you're wrong too, because it would make that perplexed look on Harrison's face.
Hang on,
You know what?
Second here, we've got a juicy little nugget here. Callista Flockhart sick of living with Harrison Ford. Marriage in trouble.
What's the date?
June 2nd, 2021.
Well,
Love on the Rocks. Ain't no surprise.
Pour me a drink. And I'll tell you some
Surprise to
lies.
Harrison.
Why does your Harrison Ford sound like the new Batman?
It doesn't sound like the new Batman, kid.
On
This is the new Bat. Okay, all right, they're a little bit the same, but it's all in the throat. Trying to get that gravelly voice is what it is.
Yeah. All right, kid. Let's blow this thing and get out of here. All right.
You're all clear, kid. No, that's you got to do young Harrison for that. I can't do young Harrison.
Listen, I'm reliving my childhood, my past.
See,
all right.
Okay, with this, okay, if it's more like the scene with like Dark Side, where they're showing off
flashback.
Like,
yeah,
like a flashback type something like that. Okay, that makes sense because it's like, well, this artifact was all the way back from Roman times where they got boats and blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? Something
Why
like
aren't
that.
they in the
I can
water?
Get behind, you know.
That's what I want to know. Why aren't they in the water?
Because they're gonna
CG.
green. It's gonna green screen everything.
But
Why
there's
not
no
do all
green
this
screen.
stuff with the boat on a set then with greens? That's the other interesting thing.
Yeah,
is
it's weird,
to
'cause
bring all
usually-
these extras out to location like this when everything is done CGI these days. Although Mangold does like to do things realistic and gritty, but there's so much of an element of like CGI stuff in all movies.
What happened here? What happened here?
And he's spent. Yeah, it's weird to have that many extras on set while your principal A-list cast members are shooting like at the same location.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just strange. But yeah, so here's the latest photos. Make of this what you will, all. I mean, the Daily Mail is actually starting to really bore me with their photos. I mean, it's literally like the same. Look at this guy over here. This Mangold, right? Is that Mangold?
That looks like him. Yeah,
he's just kind of sitting there, like they're all just chilling.
Wait, what's the hat he's wearing? Actually, go back up.
Actually, the guy there, the
Looks
guy,
like a Jets hat.
Scroll, yeah, it is Mangold. He's got the checkered gray and blue stripe.
He's got a
roll
Jets
down,
hat.
roll down. Enosh, I think he's in the middle there. That's Mangold with the glasses. Yeah,
it's same.
And the scarf. It's him. Yeah,
same dude.
Dude,
yeah,
is
same
that-
You know he's gonna lay there in that whole movie.
it's the whole movie. It's just
That's the
him.
first 5 minutes, and they la- and
I've
it's only
fallen,
gonna lay
kid.
there.
I've fallen and I can't get up.
Is this being filmed in
Right.
IMAX?
Update in the live chat. You Do Suck says Callista Flockhart said the Star Wars legend and Ellen McBeal star have been husband and wife for 11 years, and their love is stronger than ever as of August 16th, 2021.
Enos is the doom cock.
Well, damn tabloids, man. I don't
Enos
tell you.
That actually is a good question. That actually is a good question, though.
Like I said, I saw this video, and that's all I was going off of was from the woman herself.
You got a clip of this video you've seen?
No, I have to go back.
Yeah.
to it.
I would actually be shocked if that was the case, but
Indiana
Am I the
Jones in the
only
Search for
one
Life alert.
That would rather, instead of watching this movie, I would rather Disney put the time and effort into making National Treasure 3.
They are actually.
Well,
Really?
Nick Cage,
What
Nick
about
Cage
with-
still
what
is
about
still a
with
little, is
special
young
guest?
to do it.
With special guest Indiana Jones. That like Indiana Jones exists
National
in that
Treasure
world.
over Indiana Jones.
Dude, National Treasure overtook Indiana Jones, my man.
That would mean that. That would mean that Indy and National Treasure and Star Wars are all connected with E.T.
He gonna want to see a Alan Quartermain movie probably.
I've been
Okay,
saying
that
for a
reference to
long
old.
time. I've been saying for a long time. I just hope this movie shows how Indy loses his eye because old man Indy didn't have an eye on Young Indiana Jones Chronicles.
I don't think that's canon anymore. I don't
Uh,
think.
I don't
'cause
know.
They pulled the
Lucas-
old man Indy from the rebroadcast of those episodes. I think around the time that they released Last Crusade, and they were rerunning those episodes. Either they didn't run those episodes, or they pulled the prologues out with old Indy.
Yeah,
That's
Lucas.
Indiana Jones, let me rest.
I need a bench.
Can I sit down?
Right? H-Bites? That's what I'm saying. National Treasure's
Indiana
where it's
Jones
at.
in his search for a protein shake.
Indiana Jones and the Search for Depends.
So there's that. Speaking of old people arguing over stuff, The age-old battle between George Takei and William Shatner rolls on.
What?
Oh yeah. So apparently
rolls on just like a Chevrolet.
Is he salty or what?
Like why? What in the world?
It's a career move.
Thank you, Rolling Stone, for putting your ads all
There's been heat for years between
What
those
is
two.
this? Why is it doing that?
Oh, with the Chevrolet.
Yeah.
Brian, it's true. There has been heat for years between them, but George Takei is at the point where he's just using it as part of his shtick now.
Yep.
Like that's part of his bit.
I don't want to learn more. I want that to go away.
You can't even read the full story. They want you to subscribe.
Yeah, like what in the world?
What?
Hold on a second. I'm gonna reboot this. Hold on a second here. Let's see what we get. Okay,
Well,
that's
I wouldn't go into a fight than anybody that looks like William Shatner, because isn't he the mask for H2O for Halloween? Pretty much.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yes,
I give him a lot of credit for his age that he managed to do this. I give him a lot of credit anyway because I love William Shatner. But for Takei to be carrying on like this, it's kind of low class.
Well, let me ask this question real quick for people who don't know. Brian, why does George Takei hate William Shatner?
Well, because William Shatner's had some statements about his lifestyle.
I didn't know
the
that.
years.
I heard it was because George Takei wanted to have a guest appearance on T.J. Hooker, and William Shatner wouldn't let him. I don't know if that's true. That's just what I heard.
That might be something to do with it, but I know
a lot of it's because he wrote him out of Star Trek by being able to have command of the Excelsior during that. Because he didn't want him to be a captain, and that's why later on you see him like in part 6. He's Sulu's a captain. He's but he and he does that, but apparently they
allegedly.
Allegedly he got captain blocked.
I think he's just jealous because
there might have been some backstage, heat. You know what I'm saying? They might.
Well, I think this talks about it a little bit actually. So we all know that Shatner went into space this week, which I think was pretty cool.
That was a cool moment.
That was cool.
He's cool. He's
awesome.
90 years old. He's 90 years old, and I'll be honest with you. I don't care what Takei says. The guy looks pretty good for 90 years old. I don't know any 90-year-olds who look that good. Actually.
He looks really good for 90. Yeah,
he gets around very well.
He looks better than Harrison Ford.
His mind, he's able to speak eloquently. The guy's got it all together in his head too. Along with the aches and pains he was talking on Good Morning America about, the normal aches and pains you deal with at that age are to be expected, but the guy is always on target with when he's talking and his memory and everything else. He doesn't look like he's 90. He looks like he's in his 70s.
No, yeah.
No Joe Biden.
Paul Smith.
And then
that's for sure.
Oh no.
All I know about that one is she packed my bags.
Listen here.
I know some people might want to send. I know some people might want to send him to the moon, but I don't know.
0 hours.
Paul Smith here, Indiana Jones and the unintentional colonoscopy complex.
I'm just glad that Michael Myers went into space. That's awesome.
There's one way to look at it. Okay, so grumpy old spacemen. I love the caption. It says George Takei mocks William Shatner over spaceflight. He's boldly going where other people have gone before. Star Trek actor says of 90-year-old guinea pig Shatner. Like, look, he's super skinny. No, but he's 90. Give the man a break, for God's sake.
Well, he's calling him a guinea pig because I think he's trying to throw a dig, saying, "Oh, you're Jeff Bezos' guinea pig for this space project."
But it says here, George Takei didn't let a little thing like interstellar travel dampen his long, fiery feud with his former Star Trek co-star William Shatner. The actor who portrayed Sulu on the series mocked Captain Kirk over the latter's trip to space Wednesday to aboard a Blue Origin craft. To read the full story,
George Takei sounds like the Michael French.
Oh, you know what? Forget this. Hold on a second. I'm going to stop sharing that for a second because apparently
the Rolling Stone.
Yeah, screw Rolling Stone. I tried to go with a legit
they want your money to read their stories that are on every other news.
I ain't paying $5 a month for Wall Street Journal and Rolling Stone. I'm sorry.
Jeremy over at Geeks and Gamers has his stuff ready to go just like that. He looks at it before he goes live.
I did too, but I thought the whole story was there, man.
You know what happens, Enoch? You look at it the first time, they don't charge you, but when you go back to the page,
I think that's what it was.
Yeah, there's like something in your browser that's keeping track of how often you're visiting the page, and then they get you a subscription demand. Yeah, cookies. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cookies. Somebody said something about cookies.
Cookies.
Not the good kind of cookies either.
Like chocolate
Okay.
chip.
So which one do we want to read? Do we want to read Cinema Blend, People, Fox News,
Cinema Blend,
Daily Mail? We ain't going back to Daily Mail.
Don't we have Bounding into Comics?
We got this covered. Come on.
What about Hey, we got this covered? Yeah.
Giant freaking robot.
Is Mike Zero? Has Mike Zero spoken about this yet?
Let's see what Playboy's got to say. Wait, is it around?
Playboy went woke.
Oh no!
Where is it? Where's the stinking story?
Wrong thing.
I swear, man, these people are like driving me nuts right now with this. Okay, hold on a second.
Neurotics always got his stuff ready to go.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. That's why he's got like 300,000 subscribers.
North Star says, "Can we get a 12-hour live stream about retro blasting?"
Yes, we'll do that. We'll get right on that.
I don't know if I'm allowed to talk about him. I know Jumpman's not allowed to mention his name. So
that's all right. His dad can call.
I was gonna say try like IO9 or something.
All right, I think I got it. Okay.
That's my phone.
Answering your phone on the channel. Okay, here we go. All right, here it goes. Of course, Star Trek's George Takei threw a little shade at William Shatner's spaceflight. The Star Trek actor seemingly took a jab at his former co-star's accomplishment. Here we go. William Shatner's recent trip to space inspired and impressed many worldwide, especially Star Trek fans. While many franchises, no, I'm good, thank you. While many franchise fans were quick to congratulate, tweet, and marvel at the 90-year-old actor's achievement, others couldn't help but snark at the situation. Namely, his former colleague, George Takei, took some time to acknowledge the achievement, albeit in a slightly shady way.
Jealousy.
Yeah, I think so too. George Takei spoke to audiences at his new play called Thoughts of a Colored Man and talked to page 6 about William Shatner's spaceflight with Blue Origin. Takei shared his opinion of Shatner's flight and never one to mince words. He broke down how he felt about it. He's boldly going where other people have gone before. He's a guinea pig, 90 years old, and it's important to find out what happens. So 90 years old is going to show a great deal more on the wear and tear of the human body. So he'll be a good specimen to study, although he's not the fittest specimen of 90 years old. So he'll be a specimen that's unfit.
Okay, hold up.
What a shitty thing to say.
That is a horrible thing to say, because basically saying they only invited Shatner to study his body because they want to see what happens to old people when they go to space. But then he's like, he's not even a good guinea pig because he's already unfit.
You know,
that's not nice, man. That's pretty dirty.
For a gay man, and for him to decide he's going to body shame or shame in any way somebody else, whether Shatner is overweight or not, really doesn't speak very well to Takei's character.
George Takei is not okay. Number one,
he's jealous. Yep.
He's a gay man and he's an Asian man. He's got he's a minority in two different ways.
He's got no kids and he hasn't gotten laid in a while. Okay.
What do you call it when a couple of years ago some law was passed? I forget what it was. Some kind of law involving gay people was passed with the Supreme Court. He went after Clarence Thomas for whatever his vote was. And I don't remember all the details, but his response was, he said, he's a clown in blackface. And I said, wait a minute. You just got racist?
Yeah.
They
can dish it out, but they can't. They can dish out that humor, but they can't take it. And I'm not going to condone that humor either way. Okay,
y'all starting to sound like Friday night.
Are we talking woke here now? No, it's for look. I think that Takei is very sensitive about his identity, and if he is, that's fine. But for people who are very sensitive about their identities, it's interesting that they don't have any self-awareness of how horrible they sound when they throw out the kind of shit that he just did against William Shatner.
Yeah,
I don't think it's cool, but
He's
okay.
an
So,
ace.
so it goes on. It
Not
goes
at all.
on here. It says the tone can certainly be read as jokey, though. Given that it's coming from George Takei, I don't think it sounds
Mean,
jokey.
very
Yeah,
mean-spirited.
it's hard. It's hard not to see a bit of shade in the statement. Takei made a valid point about the importance of seeing how space travel impacts an older body, but there were more diplomatic ways to share that opinion. Calling a person unfit, even at age 90. Especially when he looks just fine. I mean, isn't generally considered kind, so one could certainly interpret this as mean-spirited. Of course, it's also noteworthy that there's been a feud between William Shatner and Takei for years now. The two used to co-star on Star Trek, and as far back as the 60s, they have had tense moments along the way. Both men share negative stories about the other, and the disdain they have for one another seemingly rises each year. So while Takei could have been joking in his latest comments about Shatner's spaceflight, it's more on brand that he said it to take a shot at his former co-star. Now,
that's not true.
I thought that I saw. What's that?
That's not true. They do not have a feud. A feud goes both ways. Shatner doesn't care about Takei. Shatner has said, "I barely knew the man. We did a TV show years ago. He was basically one of the bit players. We don't have a relationship."
That's what Takei doesn't like.
I know, but Takei hates Shatner, and Shatner doesn't give a crap one way or the other. It's not a feud.
Now let's also be very clear. Shatner was not easy to work with on the original show. This is not the first cast member. James Doohan wasn't very happy with him.
Yeah,
I get the sense Nichelle Nichols tolerated him. Thankfully, I know he got along with DeForest Kelley, but I know that there were some rocky points even with him and Leonard Nimoy. And Leonard Nimoy stopped talking to him before he passed away, which was really sad. So, as much as I like William Shatner, I'm going to acknowledge.
Hold on. Did you just pull a Favreau?
What did I?
Did you just call him Nimoy?
Leonard, is that how he pronounces his name? Leonard Nimoy?
Nimoy.
Nimoy. Okay, so Leonard Nimoy.
I'm sorry, I've just never heard him called Nimoy. That sounded like a Doomcock thing where like he calls John Favreau
Leonard
Favreau.
Nimoy. Leonard,
Favreau.
you know what? I stand corrected. Leonard Nimoy. It's very
I've
sad.
actually heard Leonard Nimoy call himself Leonard Nimoy in the
Yeah,
past before.
I have too.
Yeah.
I have
I
too.
could have sworn it was Leonard Nimoy.
It's Nimoy. Everybody
It's
knows
Nim-
it's Nimoy.
It's like people with Gal Gadot name. Gal Gadot. It's pronounced both ways.
Trust me. Yeah, for that. Okay, so I know what it is though now because I've actually heard her say it. It took a long time, but she did this video with her, The Rock, and Ryan Reynolds, and she says, I actually played it here. She goes, hi, this is Gal Gadot, but it's Gal Gadot. So, and I always thought that was what it was, anyways, because that's a very Israeli name, right? And like my name is a Jewish name, right? Enosh is a Jewish name. So like I've studied that and stuff, and so I always thought, and everybody was calling her Gal Gadot, and I was like, I don't think that's right, but like everybody was calling her that, so I just kind of went along with it. And
I want to say though, Enosh, I have, now that you mentioned this, I have heard Leonard Nimoy say his name maybe in some older videos, but I have heard Nimoy, and I think I have heard it from Leonard himself. But getting back to the original point, even Shatner and Leonard had difficulties at the end of their friendship, and they weren't speaking when Leonard passed away. So, you know, as much as I like William Shatner, he's not the easiest guy to get along with, although he dismisses Takei and not thinking about him. I think there's a lot of resentment from a lot of cast members at how casual that Shatner is regarding the rest of them.
Yeah.
But that doesn't condone what Takei. If Takei thinks that this is like elevating himself by taking these kind of cheap shots, it's not doing his cause any good. Because this was like a really historical moment. And when we all consider the fact that Star Trek and pop culture it inspired a lot of men to go into the NASA program, inspired a lot of people to forge ahead with the space shuttle. They named the first space shuttle the Enterprise. Star Trek is a very, very legitimate place in pop culture, and it was only, I think, natural that they chose Shatner at this point in his life. Hopefully he's going to be with us for many more years.
But just to echo that point, it's like this was a moment of celebration for the man and like what he accomplished and like just the entire scenario of like him going to space. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
So for George Takei to come out and be like a party pooper and kind of just crap all over his parade and insult him, it makes him look bad. It makes him look like the bully.
He does.
It does. It really does. And now Angie asks, so Angie,
I got a pussy on the camera.
A few years ago, William Shatner was at our Comic-Con, and I wanted to meet him, but the line was literally like out the door, like so far, like wrapped around the building and everything that like I was like, no. The same thing. Stan Lee came to Motor City Comic Con too, and it was the same way. Like, and they.
Oh, we lost Enosh.
Oh no!
He'll be back.
Hello.
There he is.
Okay, I never thought I disappeared. Okay, no, I was saying when they had Stan Lee there too, like they had them enclosed, so like you couldn't even see them like walking by, right? And so it was just but has anybody ever met William Shatner?
I've met William Shatner. I got a picture taken with him, a professional photo, and I got his autograph. I got to talk to him for a little bit. He was really nice to me. This was back when I was like, 14, 15? Like about 6-7 years ago. It was a while ago. So
I think it depends on the day you catch him on, because I've also heard he's notoriously cranky and not necessarily friendly to people. But I've also heard people say he was a delight. So I mean, look, not everybody's going to be in a good mood every day.
The people who worked at Motor City Comic Con said that he was kind of difficult. So that he was difficult and that they were having a hard time. Angie says, I've met him 6 times. He's awful.
I know some people have some bad.
Y'all talking bad about the.
Again, it really depends on when you see him. It's just he's going to be in a different mood every time.
Well, see, what's kind of disappointing about this is that space used to bring people together.
Mm-hmm.
One of the biggest things that happened in the 1960s, aside from all the tumult and unrest, was the fact that we landed on the moon.
Heck yeah.
And it brought everybody together. And just the fact that we put Captain Kirk in space, somebody who at the time was on television in the 1960s, showing what the future could be like for all of us. I mean, I'm really disappointed. I've heard stories that like William Shatner has been very negative about George Takei being gay. Like he wasn't invited to his wedding and stuff like that. Like even the William Shatner roast, they talked about that. Like he was pretty harsh, but rightfully so. I mean, like I said, if he's demeaning your lifestyle, then of course you're gonna, kind of have a problem with it. So I just think it's something like times like this, you should set that aside. Kind of comes across as petty.
This was
I'm not
supposed
trying
to
to be
bring
a
us together
jerk or anything, but yeah, exactly. It's something that should bring us together.
Not separate us.
A lot of people in the chat saying that they've met him and that he was problematic. Angie here again says that's me being nice. I really tried to be nice to this man, but dude, he has diva tendencies.
Yeah. To be fair,
William Shatner.
Like that.
Well, I was gonna say, to be fair with my story, it's maybe he was nice to me because I was a kid.
Well, and there's some people, I'll be honest with you, there's some people too that's like, okay, so we met Lou Ferrigno, never again. Like literally, if I could take it back, I would take it back.
People said that about Peter Mayhew, and then other people said Peter Mayhew was the nicest guy in the world.
Because Leonard Nimoy and the people that he had working for him were complete jerks, right? Like I couldn't stand it. But there's some people who just kind of have that personality too. I mean, look, like we met Ric Flair, and like Ric Flair was like
I was about to say wrestlers.
Yeah, I mean, and everything. But you know what? You know who was awesome? Was Hacksaw Jim Duggan. Hacksaw Jim Duggan was the nicest guy. Like he was literally packed up and getting ready to leave the Comic-Con. It was at the end of the day, and I finally had the money to meet him because like it was the first time I'd ever gone to a Comic-Con. And so like when we saw him earlier in the day, I didn't have any cash on me. I had spent the last of my cash and I had to find an ATM, and he didn't take card. And so we came back and we saw him, and he said, "Hey, come on over." He unpacked his U.S. Championship belt again. And he took pictures with me and Tiff, and handed the belt to Tiff, and he was like the kind of guy like I wanted to go out and like hang out with afterwards, like maybe go get a drink or something and just like chill with him, because like he was just super nice. But you know who was right next to him? Greg the Hammer Valentine, and that guy couldn't hardly put 2 sentences together, and it was just kind of a jerk, and like he acted like he didn't even want to be there. So
I've done a lot of I've filmed a lot of wrestlers, and a lot of them are really nice, and a lot of them aren't. And Sasha Banks, I've been hearing stories about her that she hates people coming up to her. I'm like, wow, she's a WWE girl, and she sees fans on the streets that are little girls, and she was like, I don't want to talk to them.
Have you guys seen videos of the paparazzi chasing Harrison Ford or people who have photographs wanting him to autograph? I got to tell you, when I see Harrison Ford followed by those people and he actually engages them and signs things, you can tell he's tense, but he accommodates them. He accommodates them. Just imagine every celebrity
stuff like
going
that,
through that all the time.
Well, then that's the thing. So stuff
That's
like
why
that.
they-
I always say, look, there's been a couple of people that I've met that, you know what, I was a little disappointed with, like LeVar Burton of all people.
Oh,
like
man.
I was super disappointed with LeVar Burton.
LeVar Burton's a piece of garbage.
LeVar Burton was like super rude to us,
Yeah.
and you know, and I was like, oh man, that just broke my heart because, I mean, dude, not just the fact that he's Geordie, but I mean, like reading Rainbow, man, like that was like, oh my
Man,
god,
everybody's gonna have a bad day. You don't know what happened.
and that's the thing.
I'm
like,
the only one that had a good experience with LeVar Burton.
I've met Shatner and
I ain't
LeVar
never-
Burton. I had a good experience with Shatner, 2 good experiences with Shatner. I met him twice, and I had 2 bad experiences with LeVar Burton. Rude as can be.
I just say that like you just never know at what
Brent
point you're
Spiner
meeting
was
somebody. Like Brent Spiner, you know what? Brent Spiner was kind of like a little off. Like he wouldn't shake hands but he said that he's just not like he's a germ guy. So like he gave me a fist bump or whatever, and so that was cool. But you know, like, yeah, it's like you just never know where you're going to meet somebody and what's going on.
Yeah.
And honestly, there's a lot of people who just, you know, they see a celebrity and they freak out and they just pester people. And look, I
get
you know,
weird.
like if you can't even walk down the street or go out to eat with your family, you know, and have dinner or something like that, I get it. H Bart's here with a $5 super chat, says there is a King Kong actor, Chow Yun Fat, who will sit down and eat food and talk with homeless people for hours.
Hong Kong, not King Kong.
King Kong actor.
Damn.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You know who I
That's
met
getting
one time
clipped.
at a Stucky's bathroom? Mike Zero.
Hong
He gave me an
Kong,
autograph
King
3
Kong.
times on a
I
dartboard.
know who Chow Yun Fat is. So yes, is a Hong Kong actor. Yes. Thank you, H.
Sean
Barnes.
William
Hong
Scott.
Kong.
Thank
Remember
you.
that movie Bulletproof? Monk.
Hey,
Yes.
Hey,
Thank
Enoch,
you, Shirley. Thank
I
you,
shared a little something with you at the
Oh, I
bottom.
see it.
don't know
Okay,
if you see it.
yeah, I see it now. Okay. Enoch canceled. That's awesome. That's awesome.
Yes, I like this.
I was just gonna say real quick. I met Leonard Nimoy. The people who, like, you know, what do you call them, like the contenders, the people who tend to him at the table, like they, like before the line even got, they said, please don't shake his hand, don't cough at him, don't sneeze at him, don't look at him the wrong way, don't throw up at him, don't do anything with him, right? And
I
here
would
am,
have
this
done
little
all
kid.
of that.
But I walked up to him and I talked to him, and he was so nice to me. He gave me a fist bump, and the lady said he never did that the rest of the convention. I was the only kid the entire convention he gave a fist bump to.
I gotta give some tribute here while we're talking about celebrities. One who was just utterly fantastic with all his fans. I was actually really good friends with him in LA when I lived there for 10 years, was Richard Hatch of the original Battlestar Galactica. He was a gentleman. He loved meeting and engaging with the fans. He'd like invite fans he met on the street with his entourage of friends going into places to eat dinner. That's just like who he was. And I'm just reminded of that was a celebrity that I met and became friends with that did not disappoint. He really stood up to everything I imagined Captain Apollo from Battlestar Galactica would be like.
I got that vibe from William Catt a couple weeks ago at RetroCon. Like, I mean, you know, just eye contact, questions about you, like, oh yeah, where are you from? What did you tell me about? Yeah, I mean, it was like genuine interest. Like, I want to meet everybody.
See, I like people like that. North Star here says Enosh pulled a nerd Roddick with King Kong.
I'm too busy fighting SJWs everywhere right now.
I want to set that guy's beard on fire so bad.
No, you can't say that.
I want to shave the
can't
crap
say
out of
that.
him.
Say that.
I want to shave him. He's more beard than man now.
I'm gonna get in trouble again because of y'all.
I can rip it off in one rip.
I do have a question. Is this like legit? Because
No.
Okay.
It's not legit.
No.
He had some. I actually saw earlier tonight on social media. It was a card that I think they had all the astronauts, and it was like in several sentences I couldn't even read, but it was signed William Shatner, and of course everybody seized on it to create this meme.
Well, see, no, because I think that would be brilliant. Like, can we get everybody else up there? Like, let's get Scott Bakula, Kate Mulgrew, Patrick Stewart.
Get all the captains up there.
All
man.
the captains.
Hey, wait, hold on. I've met
those
some
y'all
of
had
my-
Well, the rest of them are,
Okay.
but the thing is, Brian, the rest of them are not, don't have the same PR value that Jeff Bezos wants to put his giant dick up into space. So
for 10 minutes only.
We're not
Right.
supposed,
He
we're not
didn't
supposed
say
to
that.
even go to the shape of the
space?
rocket, man.
we're not. I didn't know that. I'm
Rocket,
sorry. My
man.
apologies. My apologies.
Rocket.
And that rocket does look, and I'm sure you guys have said this before. It's totally Dr. Evil's spaceship from Austin Powers.
Oh yeah,
Of course.
Absolutely.
No, you know
That
I
looks
think-
like
I
a
think-
Johnson.
You know what? Hold on. I think there's a couple. I mean, like you could probably send what's his name?
Sigourney
Picard.
Weaver next. That would be
no,
cool.
I mean you could send Picard up there. Mark Hamill, man. Send Mark Hamill to space.
That's what I was saying. Where does
What
it
about
stop?
Harrison?
Do you
What
send
about
Harrison?
Harrison?
Harrison don't care. Harrison wouldn't care.
Harrison doesn't give a shit.
Getting Kathleen Kennedy up there. Don't bring her back.
Hasn't Harrison
Where does
Ford
it stop?
almost
Where
died
does-
in like 3 different airplane accidents? I'm pretty sure
Seriously.
him going in space
One
would be a
of-
disaster.
One of his own doing almost too.
Harrison would try to fly the thing up there. Okay, so here's a question: who is someone who comes off like a jerk but is nice? I'm going to tell you right now. I'm going to tell you right now who it is. Dean Caine. Everybody
Yep.
everybody hates Dean Caine. Everybody like talks about him, throws him under the bus, treats like they don't. I get it. If you don't espouse to his political views, that's up to you. I'm just telling you, the guy is super nice in person.
I'll back that up.
One of the best, one of the nicest guys I've ever met at a con. One of the nicest celebrities. I've shared that story over and over again. And I know people get mad at me when I do, and I end up saying, I don't like him and stuff. I get it. I'm not telling you got to like him. I'm just telling you.
Well, I told you this story too about Dean Caine. I met him, right? I met him at, Phoenix Comic Con. We talked for hours about school and college and my life and everything.
Yeah.
Like 4 years later, I met him in Nashville. He literally recognized me walking by and waved to us and said, "Hey, come on over." And he remembered my name. And we talked again for like an hour.
I got to share also. I had the same experience
That must
with
mean
David.
he has no fans.
No. I had the same experience with David Prowse. I got to be his liaison when he came to Chicago for a Hollywood convention show, and I got to drive him around, take him to dinner, get him back and forth from the hotel to the convention. And I kept in touch with him. I think it was through email briefly, but I didn't see him for I think another 7 or 8 years. And I came back to Chicago, and I didn't think he was going to remember me, but I went up to his booth and automatically just sparkling his eye, "Jerry, nice to see you." And I'm like, "Whoa, Darth Vader remembers me."
Nice.
Very cool guy. Very nice. And he just passed away last year. I think it was from COVID related to.
That was like 2 years ago. Was it
I
2
totally
years ago?
Was it two? No, I think it was last year.
No.
Prowse passed away last year.
No. He's been gone for a little while. I don't think that was COVID related.
No, it was because they said on his social media. I remember commenting, and maybe it was 2 years ago because I've lost track of time, and we're into the second year of COVID
Yeah,
now.
it was
So
actually last year, November.
yeah, last November.
Yeah, it was last year.
Thank you for the.
I do know that. Did
Fact
you ever
check.
see them? They redid his voice as Darth Vader as his real voice.
I saw that video. Yeah.
You saw the video.
I had so many cool conversations with him. He told me stories about how George just pretty much treated him and Anthony Daniels and Peter as just like set dressing. And then he did Empire Strikes Back, and Irvin Kershner actually took the time. They were talking about Vader's physicality because that's a big part of the performance for people that dismiss David Prowse. Oh, he was just the guy in the suit. No, I've seen guys wear the suit who do not know who don't know the physicality of Darth Vader. Yeah, and he brought the presence to this. He brought the suit to life in a way that not everyone else could. Many people could.
And that's what I'm kind of scared of. What's going on with the new
Kenobi?
Vader stuff? Yeah, the new Vader scene.
And Hayden in the suit. Now, I just heard the other day on a video. I don't remember what. Oh, no, we're talking about the new Obi-Wan show. Hayden's going to be in the show, but it doesn't mean Hayden's always going to be in the suit. So they are probably going to have a stunt double in the suit, and hopefully that will alleviate people's concerns with the physicality of Lord Vader.
I just look. My problem with that is the fact that they keep talking about that it's going to be the rematch of the century or whatever.
Oh yeah, I heard that.
That's how they're building the show.
God.
Yes,
They're retconning it. They're retconning it, Enosh. They've confirmed that it's being retconned. So what they were talking about in A New Hope now doesn't have to do with Mustafar. It has to do with something that we're going to see in the Kenobi show.
That's funny because last year I've been talking about it. They're gonna retcon it. When we saw what was that that retcon scene that somebody spent like 5 years on it. It was
Oh, the
Darth
reimagined
Vader.
scene.
Yeah, the reimagined
Yeah, the
scene.
CG was
And I
ridiculous.
was like, and I was just like, they're gonna do this. They have to
Yeah,
do it.
yeah. They're going to basically give us the battle between Kenobi and Darth Vader that we couldn't see in A New Hope because they were older men and because the film didn't have that kind of action
I don't want it.
sensibility when they
I
made
don't
it.
want it. I don't want it.
I want it because it's gonna be cool. I'm sorry.
I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it at all. I don't. It's a bunch of BS, is what that is. It's a bunch of BS trying to rewrite history, trying to undo stuff because everybody gripes and complains about A New Hope, and A New Hope is about two old men. It's not about the fight itself. It's about two old men coming together who were friends, who were seeing each other for the first time now as old men, and that neither one of them really wanted to kill each other because they knew that like if they killed each other, that was done, and they were rediscovering each other for the first time and having a conversation for the first time. And yes, they're sparring like as far as their words and stuff, but they're all going, but they keep going back to the past and to those things. I don't look. Scene
I do
38,
think it was Vader's. It was Vader's intent to kill
that-
Kenobi, though.
Not at first, because he toys with him. They toy with each other. They're not
he's
fighting.
scared.
They're not fighting. They're
Vader's
not fighting.
scared
They're
while he's
feeling
fighting.
each other out.
I think,
They're feeling
but I
each
think
other out.
Vader's intent was to do him in once and for all. Kenobi's was to like make a sacrifice to let everybody get away.
I feel like
feeling each other
Vader.
out.
I feel like there's gonna be this undertone of Vader wanted Kenobi to save, or and kill the Emperor. He didn't want to. He didn't want to kill him.
Well, I was just gonna mention real quick. I think the whole
And then
thing
he
of that,
realized.
the whole thing of that Kenobi show really is that I don't think the intention necessarily is to try and disrespect A New Hope or that fight. It's more so them looking at it like, how can we make the Obi-Wan show the biggest show on Disney Plus that we've released so far for Star Wars? Obi-Wan versus Darth Vader is what a lot of the fans want to see. They want to see Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen one last time.
You know who wants to see? You know who wants to see it? There's a certain side of the fandom that wants to see it. I'm sorry. You know what? I like the fan film Scene 38 revisited or whatever it was. Look, it looks cool and everything, but it's so over the top ridiculous with like flips and fights.
Well, there's
and all
no
that stuff.
guarantee that
you could use Vader in the you could use Vader in the Kenobi show without them facing off with each other. They did that with Vader in Rogue One. Although he did have his big scene at the end against the Rebels, which I think was fantastic.
Oh, that
Vader
was great.
Vader did not have to physically confront the rest of the characters in Rogue One to have the kind of looming menace over all of the proceedings, and they could do that in Kenobi too.
There's something insane though that their fight, if they're even, maybe they don't even fight. We don't know for sure. I'm just
We
saying
don't
if
know.
they
Oh
fight.
no, she said that they fight. She
Okay.
Kathleen
Yeah,
Kennedy
she
said
said
that
they're
they
gonna
fight.
fight.
They're gonna
He
fight.
said that
And
before it got rewritten.
Because he says
did rewrite
You're right. You're right, Pickle.
No, but he also says in the original, he goes, "I haven't felt the presence since," and he walks
Yeah.
away and
He didn't
never
describe
says
since
yeah,
when.
never
And
says.
he also said, "I last saw you, I was a learner," and there ain't no way he's still a learner by the time the Obi-Wan
in the
period
Kenobi
comes.
show. That you see. These are the things they trip over. You know, George rewrote things and said, "Oh, it was always supposed to be that way." No, because you paint yourself into a corner. So yeah, the line that Vader says in A New Hope, "A presence I haven't felt since," could relate to Kenobi, but that he was the learner, not the master, doesn't relate to Kenobi
But
because
he wasn't the master when he became the Emperor's bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but between when he became the Emperor's bitch and what we saw in Rogue One, he had certainly honed his skills to be a threat.
Learner.
I don't think they're going to meet face to face. It's going to be more, not to bring up The Last Jedi. They're going to have some kind of forced connection.
Oh, they're going to.
Every word of what you just said was wrong.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
The
We're gonna see Vader Obi-Wan force Skype, dude. It's going down.
Force Skype. That's.
Oh man.
Listen,
They're
I
gonna
don't
fight on
care.
Kenobi. They're gonna fight.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
If
I
they
cannot wait
didn't
for that
ruin
show.
the death of Darth Maul already, they could just do Obi-Wan and Darth Maul.
Here's the thing.
That's
Here's
what
the
they should've
thing. They
done.
can, well, they still
Thank
can.
you.
They can still.
No, they
do
can't.
it.
He's dead.
Well, they can just redo the cartoon.
He's dead after. He's dead after.
Well, no.
I mean, we've seen him die in the
Hold on,
cartoon.
hold
How
on.
fun is it now?
Hold on.
Hold on, wait.
Rebels established that was the first time they met since the Clone Wars.
Yes,
You
but
cannot
there's
have them
ways
meet each
around
other
that.
again.
Plutonium. You can write around that. It's like how Captain Archer met the Ferengi before Picard made first contact with the Ferengi.
That's a
And now
pretty
we're
big
back
leap
to
to
the
write
right-
around.
You're
that.
right around it. You're right around it.
That's different though. That's different though, dude. Because when you establish that like you and me have not met since then, you can't say, well, we met over here too. Like that's different than, hey, I say I met the Ferengi, but yet like one guy met the Ferengi like way back here, but it just didn't get recorded. Like, you know what I mean?
But you can do it though. You can have them in a parallel story where what they're doing impacts, but they don't come face to face.
Enosh, my apologies. I did not mean to take us off on this tangent by mentioning David Prowse.
Nope, you're all good. You're all good. I just don't want to see it. I'm just gonna go on record.
Yeah,
I
gotta watch it though. You know, you're gonna love it.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I'm not going to tell you I'm going to love it. I'm looking forward to the Kenobi series because I love what's his name as Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ewan McGregor. And
the best part of the prequels.
I'll be honest with you, I'm going to go on. I wish Hayden Christensen wasn't anywhere near the Kenobi series because Hayden Christensen can't act. He just can't act.
I disagree.
You're wrong then. You're
No,
wrong.
I've seen him. I've seen him act.
I've seen all of his movies. His movies all suck. I've seen every last one of Hayden Christensen's movies, and he is not good in any of them.
I can't agree with you there.
He is
I guess you ain't seen Jingle All the Way.
He literally
No,
looks
that was
like a
Jake
piece of
Lloyd.
wood.
Not Hayden
He
Christensen.
he looks like a piece of wood in
I liked
every
him.
movie.
I liked him in
He
Revenge
looks
of the
like a
Sith
foot.
and Jumper. I
Looks
like
like a foot.
Jumper.
What was
Maybe
the
he's
movie he
acting like
did
a piece of wood. Maybe
what was
that's
the
his
one he did
character.
with Seth Green? He did that movie with Seth Green. He was good
Yeah.
in that.
Up the
I don't
creek.
even remember. I don't remember any of these movies.
He was terrible in the Star Wars movies, but so
I
was
can't
Natalie
remember.
Portman, and so was Ewan McGregor.
He was
Aside
terrible
from
in
Ju-
Glass.
Aside from
Glass.
Oh wait, Hayden Christensen was in Glass.
Glass House. I'm sorry, Glass.
Oh, Glass House. I can't remember anything with Hayden Christensen other than how they were promoting him for that movie, Jumper.
Was it Shattered Glass? It was Shattered Glass.
The only movie that I
was
remember
Glass
from
House.
Hayden was Virgin Suicide Girls.
Y'all didn't see him on
Well, he did that movie.
Angie.
He did that
Thank
movie
you,
Jumper, where they
Thank
were
you,
talking
Angie.
about him, and I never saw it, and I don't remember anything he's been in since.
He's a camp person. His face just doesn't move. Look, I like. Look, you know what? He's fine. He's fine for what he is. But let's just be absolutely honest. In Star Wars, he has these great moments, and then there's these other moments where it's like, that wasn't the first take. Like they actually let that through. I mean,
Yeah, but you can't blame that on
You
Hayden
don't
Christensen.
understand my powers.
Yeah, you can't blame that on Hayden Christensen, though. But
Don't you say something bad about George Lucas.
Natalie Portman has Oscars, and
Yeah,
she was
they all.
terrible in those
That was all George. The writing sucked. Lucas's direction sucked, and the only reason that Ewan McGregor, stood out in those films is because we already had an attachment and a familiarity to Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Need him alive.
That's why, and Ewan McGregor had a role defined that he could continue performing. Anakin and Natalie Portman didn't because they were so poorly written. They couldn't create the characters that resonated with us.
Now, going off of that, they are written well now, and they're going to act that way. That's what they're going to do. And apparently, when Hayden was shitting up the acting Hollywood scene, they wrote it into Star Wars why he was doing that, and he was basically depressed because of his mom.
What happened to his mom?
No, the character of Anakin. Anakin.
Yeah. The
Anakin's mother.
Yeah.
Okay, Shmi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Shmi. Yeah. So that's why.
That's Captain Hook's assistant.
So I guess my question is, so what is the excuse for every other movie? Is he depressed about his mom in every movie he's in?
I liked him in Jumper. He was fun in Jumper.
Mom in every other movie he's been. Okay. No, it's just Disney retconning stuff. That's all it is.
Okay, so when we all watch the Obi-Wan show, and Hayden still acts the same, and Ewan McGregor acts circles around him, then Ewan
McGregor.
Hold
Then
on.
Enosh will be the master.
Ewan McGregor is Ric Flair.
There'll just be another case of this, Enosh. Don't worry.
You can say whatever you want to, dude. You know what? Yeah, me yelling at the cloud has more charisma than Hayden Christensen in anything he's been in. So there you go.
Wow, that image, RJ, that image you just had up there, Enosh has the same look on his face that Harrison Ford did in that behind-the-scenes picture.
That's me when I have to watch Hayden Christensen. I'm really concerned because I don't know where the heck it's going because I'm scared.
Who's directing those Obi-Wan movies show?
What's her name?
A woman, so you know it's gonna be woke.
That's where I was going. You know it's gonna
Deborah
suck.
Chow. Deborah Chow. She did Mandalorian season 1 and 2.
Yep, the
I
worst
love
episode.
Deborah Chow. I love Deborah Chow.
Females can't direct.
I mean,
I like the energy.
Let me guess,
here.
Pickle.
I like
You didn't like it
I
because it was woke.
This
It was
needs to
more
be
than
our
woke. It was
Friday
so
night
woke,
show.
the eyelids
Right here.
were closed. So shut.
This needs to be our Friday night show right here. I like the energy that's here. Like we seem to have like this.
Well, I'm tired of coming here and y'all always your own little igloo, echo, whatever it's called. And I want to show y'all what y'all just don't know. I'm taking names too. I'm writing down every name, giving it to Geek
So
Cinema
Shatner, and Takai. I think Takai. Are we all of the same mind that Takai made a fool of himself with?
Yes.
all this?
Absolutely, utterly. He should be ashamed.
Yeah.
He should start slicking
No
his hair
matter
back and
if
eating-
Shatner's a jerk.
No, yeah, I'm disappointed in Takei because I've actually liked Takei in the past. I've enjoyed his enjoyed his presence on social media. I think he's had some worthwhile things to say, and the fact that he came out this mean-spirited against Shatner at a moment that's supposed to bring us together is kind of makes me disgusted. Disappointed and disgusted.
I love George
Speaking of being disgusted by terrible comments.
Fight part 2. It's the second fight of the show. Neil deGrasse Tyson crushes Demi Lovato's suggestion that we should stop saying aliens.
Oh no!
Okay, so Enosh, when you first told me about this, first told me about what Demi Lovato said, I thought you were joking. I thought it was an Onion article.
No.
I really thought it was a joke.
Isn't it crazy that we can't, in this day and age, determine what is an Onion article and what is an actual article? Does that not reflect how much our culture and society has just kind of gone into, I don't know, the Twilight Zone?
Enosh, I got to ask you a question directly, and I'm going to peel back the curtain a little.
Shit.
When you sent us the topics for tonight, was it a misprint that you are like? Was it a misprint or an autocorrect error that you called him Neil Deceased Tyson?
Yeah, you did. I was wondering about that too.
Oh, in the chat?
Yeah, you called him Neil Deceased.
Oh, I didn't mean to.
Man,
sure.
I was worried for a minute. I was like, wait, what happened to him?
That's just an autocorrect.
He passed away like Callista Flockhart, separated from Harrison Ford.
Neil Deceased Tyson.
I don't appreciate that blue humor there,
Nobody does.
Oh,
No, I'm sorry. No, I didn't mean to do that. That's funny.
Yeah, Neil Deceased Tyson. He was so his brain exploded at the sheer stupidity of Demi Lovato.
Oh, did I miss a super chat? Hold on a second. They're saying I missed a super chat. I don't. Hold on.
They might be talking about the mobile one, the member one.
Oh, is there a member? Okay. So here's the thing, guys. I'll have to go back. Let me go to the. So the problem is those member ones. We don't see them. StreamYard does not show us member super chats. So I apologize. So that's Anthony Chabot. He's been a member for 2 months. Thank you guys. Thank you, Anthony. Appreciate it. So yeah, so it gives you a super chat, and but unfortunately, StreamYard does not show me that. So I appreciate.
Yeah, they haven't updated their software to cover that.
Is it pronounced Anthony Chabot or
yes?
Chobot?
No, it's Chabot.
Oh, you're on Labs.
Yep.
Yeah, Labs has been messing up.
Hey, I'm gonna get out of here.
Aw.
I'm gonna let y'all talk about DC.
We're not talking about DC yet.
I know, but it's 2:30 in the morning. And my battery.
You don't want to argue. You don't want to argue about calling ETs aliens.
It's woke.
Yeah, that's
no,
woke.
I don't want to change my battery again.
So
I will say this.
So the one woke thing, you're out of here. Okay.
Put it on your webcam.
Star Trek brought us all together. Star Trek Discovery split us all apart.
No,
and this guy's wearing a Lower Deck shirt, and I'm so offended by that. Okay, I'm done.
All right. Well,
See
thank you
Pickle
for being
Haggard.
here, Junk Man.
Oh, I think I might have.
Sarcastic.
I don't know this junk man's off.
Haggard is one of my favorite movies. So, oh yeah.
See you guys.
All right, man. We'll see you, bro. Thank you for being here, man. Okay.
Peace out.
So I will show you. So I will show you this because because it does not allow me to do this. But you can see here Anthony's super chat. That's one of the free super chats that if you're a member, it gives you one. So, but he said here, how are you guys? I got 273 subs. Well, congratulations,
Oh
Anthony.
yeah, man, getting up
Congratulations, man. That's awesome, bro. Yeah, it doesn't even. What's crazy about it is it doesn't even show us the comment. Like it's not just the super chat part of it. It just does not even show us the comment in there. So this is actually off of YouTube here. So I apologize for not seeing that. So there you go.
Let me have the last image on Shatner real quick. Look what I just sent you.
Hold on a second.
Is that not beautiful?
Is it Halloween Kills?
No.
Oh.
Get me out of here, Scotty. Beat me up.
Okay, what is this? J.J. Abrams filmed this or what? God damn it!
That's funny.
I just found it on Facebook.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Get me out of this crazy thing.
You know that J.J. Abrams had a R2-D2 in his Star Trek. Gets sucked out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yeah, and the debris, like when got a blink and you miss it.
We're gonna talk about Batman, Josh. We're gonna get to it. Look. I love the prequels. I love George Lucas, but I still poke fun at him because look, Lucas is who Lucas is. Like even Harrison Ford, man, Harrison Ford and the entire cast has poked fun at Lucas for that same exactly what we
You
just
can write this shit, George, but you can't say it.
Exactly. So that's just
I still disagree.
We're not
thing,
dunking on it,
but
we're not dunking on it. Like Hayden Christensen's just not a good actor.
I disagree with that, but
I would disagree with that.
You honestly, RJ. Okay, look, I know you love everything. Okay, dude, but here's the thing: you're gonna seriously tell me that you think Hayden Christensen is a good actor?
I wouldn't go as far as good. I'd say decent.
Decent doesn't cut it. He hasn't been in anything. His career literally went nowhere.
That doesn't mean anything.
I'd say that.
Yeah, it does because nobody hired him after that.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
people
because
don't
he
get
wasn't
hired
good
all
enough.
the time.
In
wasn't
worst
good
actors
enough,
ever, Hayden Christensen is basically fucking Woody Allen.
You got a super chat there, buddy.
Yes, that junk man. Look,
Woody Allen.
and I love Hayden
Oh.
Christensen. Look, don't get me wrong. I have learned actually, like even Attack of the Clones. I actually really like Attack of the Clones now. Back in the day,
That's
I didn't
so
like
strange
it.
to me, 'cause
I didn't
think
like it.
I still think Attack of the Clones is the worst of the movies.
No, Phantom Menace is definitely.
yeah.
The Phantom
Oh,
Menace.
no.
Phantom Menace has parts in it that are really great, that are like fabulous, but then the Phantom Menace has some of the worst parts of Star Wars ever in it. But yeah, man, Attack of the Clones has so many good things in it, like that. It's really good.
I agree.
That junk man here with a $5 super chat says, "I can't believe you guys let Pickle Haggard on. He is a Phantom Menace fool, but he does pay me well to rent my studio." So good night.
I'm sorry, Enosh. There's one more.
Uh-oh. What'd you find? Oh, jeez.
What is he looking at?
He's looking at the Enterprise, the space dock.
Yeah, he's got the Enterprise up there.
It's like the scene in the original motion picture.
Right, he's looking at somebody's ass. And
he's looking back at the camera in shock is what's happening because he sees the Enterprise out the portal.
I got to get Pickle Haggard on Crazy After Dark.
I was gonna say
Angie says
I can't write a 10-page essay. I can maybe do like a 1-page essay. That's it.
And Angie says I'm going to need RJ to write a 10-page essay on why he believes it. Look, look, I will say this, okay? I'm not gonna crap on anybody's fandom and what they like. If you like Hayden Christensen and you think he's a great actor, if you think he's the best actor in the world, that's your prerogative. I'm not gonna tell you that you're wrong. I'm just gonna say I disagree, and for me, it's not that way.
I think Obi-Wan's gonna be his redemption tour. Just saying.
Yes, it might be.
It might be.
It's gotta be. It's gotta be.
Very well might be. Or it's going to be the nail in the coffin for that.
I want to see Enosh like literally flip his script and go like, "Holy!"
I've done it in the past. I've done it in the
Yeah.
past. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'll gladly admit it. I'll gladly admit if I'm wrong.
But I'm on the fence with this whole thing.
You know who's not on the fence? Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Neil deceased Tyson.
Neil deceased Tyson. So for those of you who don't know, Demi Lovato came out this last week saying that we should not call extraterrestrials aliens, that they should be called ETs.
Just like that little guy right there.
Just like this little guy right here, that all extraterrestrials should be called ETs because it is derogatory to use the term alien.
How does she know
any context? In any context, alien is bad. Just so God forbid we watch the movie Alien, which is a female-led franchise. Apparently we
I told you, Enosh, they're going to have to retitle it to Xenomorph. And then Xenomorphs. And then Xenomorph 3.
I would like to say that not only is she correct, but likewise, the term vampire is offensive. They should only be called Draculas.
What I want to say is real obvious. Why is that the story when she's saying that aliens exist?
Well, because she's got a show. That's the thing. Is apparently. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to call Demi her or she. Her pronoun is they.
Yeah, she's non-binary. That's correct. Yes.
No. They are non-binary.
What?
My bad. They are non-binary.
RJ, we're all going to get canceled.
Starting
with Shifty Gizm, we're all going to get canceled for even talking about Demi Lovato.
I'm sorry.
We're all going to get
Demi Lovato is non-binary. They don't have.
She is. She's very much. Okay.
They are.
I'm sorry. Oh
my god!
Crap.
Hey, wait! I got a pronoun question. This is a legit question.
I can't answer any pronoun question because
But they when we're talking pronouns for the non-binary, they can be singular. Because normally we'd say they as plural, right? They like, oh, look at them over there. They are over there. But with a non-binary person, it would be they, one person. So what was the comment that you just had on the screen that is gone now?
Which one?
And couldn't they also be perceived as those people, which is another horrible phrase?
Yeah. There you go. It says
those people.
How would you say that?
Demi's off their rocker, but they're cool for the summer.
But they are cool. They.
You do THEIR, and the other one be THEIR.
I was wondering how we're doing. I was just wondering how tense works. Like how tense works.
No, I'm going to say this. Look, you can't be in trouble for calling her off of what is on her government ID.
You just did it.
Oh, well, it says F or M, so I can be F or M.
For the rest of the song.
What the? There goes Santa.
I love that video. I love that video.
Why did you say that?
That guy's totally dead, though, by the way.
There's the comment. Josh Brown said, okay, so she is a super SJW. So would it be okay? They is?
They
are.
They are.
All right.
You can see
there,
or
there.
M or S.
So THEY apostrophe R.
We're trying. But here's the thing. Regardless of Demi Lovato's pronouns or whatever, Demi Lovato has some other issues. So Demi Lovato is doing a show all about extraterrestrials and how apparently she has had all these experiences with dang it! They have had all these experiences with ETs, aliens, whatever. Okay, and when they went on, what's her name? Who was on American Idol? Got her own talk show.
Kelly Clarkson.
Kelly Clarkson's show, and said that they had this experience where this alien came. This ET came to them. Came to Demi. There we go. Thank you, Big Dub. Came to Demi and said, do you want to see the Earth? And Demi said, yes. So they took Demi up and showed Demi the Earth. Then they said, Demi, do you want to see our planet? And Demi said, heck yeah. So they showed Demi their planet, which was like a pink and purplish planet or whatever. And so Demi has had this experience apparently. And so Demi is now doing this whole show about alien experiences, whatever. And Demi came out this week and was legit serious when Demi said, nope, you can't call anybody alien. You can't call the extraterrestrials aliens, because alien in any form of the word is just bad, which I just think is, words have meanings, and not all the meanings for a word specifically is bad. It's like Slave One for Boba Fett's ship. It is not bad. It's not a negative thing.
It's not meant to be a negative connotation to another group of people. It's the name of the ship.
Do you know about the meaning of your name, though? Like
Enosh?
Yes, and there's a whole section of the Bible that was cut out from the origins of the Bible that they found later. And it's the Book of Enosh, and it's basically what you just said.
That's a different character.
Book of Enosh Fett.
Yeah,
Enoch. Oh my God,
Enoch
get out here!
Enoch is a different character in the Bible. But
that sounds exactly what you just said, almost about with Demi saying that they took her up in space and said, "You want to see the Earth, and then you want to see our fucking planet," and then came back. That sounds exactly like she might have hit her head or something.
I don't know.
I've never heard anything about Demi Lovato till tonight. She sounds a little whack to me.
Okay, so she's a singer.
First impression.
They are a singer, and we're trying. Okay, we're trying. So Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Book of Enosh, this is the way.
crushes Demi Lovato's suggestion that we should stop saying aliens. I love this picture, by the way.
Yeah,
isn't that great?
Ancient aliens.
And by the way, just in case anyone was wondering, Monica Lewinsky turns 48, and her mansion takes the cake.
Wait,
she looks good.
She does look good. She looks really nice.
Very
actually. Yeah,
how old was she when it happened?
She
was like 21.
Well, she's 3 years older than me. She's 3 years older than me. So there you go.
Man.
Yeah. Heck yeah.
I'm thinking things that are very inappropriate right now. By the way,
she was very young. This is pretty much everything I've learned about Demi Lovato's personal life. I have learned against my own will. Do I care? That's
how I'm feeling
now this is not this website is not taken into consideration.
It's the Bro Bible, man.
Do I care? Yeah, I don't. This is just the website that it came up on. Do I care that Demi claims to have had close encounters communicating with friendly aliens in Joshua Tree National Park? I really don't. Do I care that Demi thinks that we should stop referring to space aliens as aliens because it hurts their feelings? I really, truly don't. But I'm here to talk about it now because astrophysicist and bona fide space expert Neil deGrasse Tyson, also a former Bro Bible podcast guest apparently, completely smacks down their notion that we shouldn't call aliens aliens. Before we get to Neil deGrasse Tyson's response, here's what Demi Lovato had to say. I really think that if there was anything out there that would want to do that to us, it would have happened by now. But I think that we have to stop calling them aliens because aliens is a derogatory term for anything. That's why I like to call them ETs. So yeah, that's a little tidbit, a little bit of information that I learned. I don't know where she learned that information, but
I didn't know the aliens spoke English, that she could have that kind of communication.
I didn't know that the aliens had feelings about our pronouns and what we call them. I legitimately love Neil's response here. He's basically going with your feelings don't matter because they don't have feelings. Also, they don't know WTF any of us are saying in the first place, and the 60-second rebuttal of Demi Lovato's comments is perfect. Check it out. Actually, you know what? Why don't we let's just do it.
Sure.
Yeah, listen to him.
Yeah, all the aliens I've ever met, they have no feelings. So to be worried about offending them by calling them an alien, what is she thinking is going on in the head of species of life from another planet. I mean, I know it's very considerate of her, but really, so I when I refer to aliens, I just to be specific, I always say space aliens. All right, and then what we used to call aliens on Earth, sort of undocumented immigrants, that's what the new term is for them, and I'm all in on that. So what that means is if we all do that, the only invocation of the word alien is for creatures from outer space that want to kill us all. And so, first, I don't care what they feel. I'm not worried about. Plus, why should I even believe they know English? So, yeah, I'm not all in on that. I don't get it.
You know, it should be noted that Neil deGrasse Tyson, from what I recall reading recently, he doesn't even believe in aliens or extraterrestrials to begin with, because he figures like there would be far more known about them if they actually existed. He dismisses the idea of extraterrestrial life.
Are we all in agreement that Neil deGrasse Tyson's a smart man?
Yes.
Then we can all feel better about ourselves because he slipped up on the pronoun there too.
That's true. Although I disagree with him on the extraterrestrial life, it's just interesting that he even engages this conversation, since he doesn't think there are aliens.
All right, let's here we go.
Do we have to?
I had this crazy experience that happened to me
Of course
in
you did.
Joshua Tree. It was this bright light. It kind of moved in like these weird ways that
Oh my
planet
God.
don't move.
Oh my
My
God.
goal is to find out what really happened.
She was tripping.
I'm Danielle
There you
Lavato,
go, something for
singer,
Peacock.
activist, and
These
UFO
peacocks getting some good original
Sean
content.
Connery would slap her like the
Say hi to Night
bitch that she is.
To investigate the unexplained and the unidentified.
Let's do Skywatch. What is a Skywatch? Look up.
Oh my God, they've made a reality show about. Oh God.
I'm excited.
I mean, it's kind of like what they did with Jack Osborne.
Let's do a Skywatch, guys. What's a Skywatch? Look up.
That was dumb. That was really dumb.
Do you know? Look at how many people are going to get to watch this show, where they're engaging or enabling this woman's fantasies to get people to watch and sell advertising time.
So-
That's what this is all about.
Has anybody here ever seen anything weird before like this?
Oh yeah, I've seen
No?
weird stuff.
Like in the
I wi-
sky?
I wish I had. I haven't. I wish I
That's
had.
called a shooting star.
What if extraterrestrials aren't traveling light years to visit us? What if they're already here waiting for us to reach out?
You know what this reminds me of?
I like how she's getting fatter.
This is essentially a big budget version of those Bigfoot TV shows.
So hold on,
Yeah.
they're
A
using
big budget version of what?
Jack fucking Osborne.
No, I was saying it's basically a big budget version of those Bigfoot shows on Animal Planet.
Yeah,
That's what this
yeah,
is.
from the 1980s, and 70s, and 80s. Yeah.
So, okay, so I just want to go on record and say this, okay?
Yes.
I don't care what her personal things are. That's beyond anything else. She says some pretty crazy stuff.
She's a pretty crazy woman.
Like, and I think if we're all going to be judged equally and by the same token, like I'm not talking about anything that has to do with her personal choices about what she wants to be called, her pronouns, any of those things. That is all her business. But when people say weird stuff, they say weird stuff, and I think that it's good that somebody like Neil basically comes forward and says, "Look, I'm sorry, this is whack."
Batshit crazy.
We
Like
can
Josh
actually
Disney
explain everything that they saw.
Yeah.
I just shared something with you, Enosh. We can explain
Oh.
everything that they saw.
Yeah, you can.
It was all Bigfoot.
It's all
There we go.
light, gases, whatever. Doesn't matter. But when you see it in person, dude, it's a totally different thing.
Oh my God.
Man, oh my God.
Well, that explains it.
Look, and you know what? People have issues. People have addictions, and and everything. The problem is when we encourage behaviors, right? Like, because this is true. She was going through all
She
this.
almost died from an overdose, by the way.
She almost died from an well, yeah, they almost died from an overdose, whatever. But the reality is that Demi going through this stuff, she needs to get help. I think she has gotten some help, but these things also have long lasting stuff. And I will just say this. Here's why I know this, because my mom was diagnosed paranoid, schizophrenic, manic depressive. My mom had a lot of these delusions as well. Okay. My mom would go on about like some of the craziest things. And like, I would hear these stories about aliens and about how, Engelbert Humperdinck was Spider-Man and was going to pick us up in the spider copter when I lived out in Vegas. And, that she had a doppelganger and that the end of the world was coming. And, and like all this craziness that it's like, I don't care if they're celebrities. And I guess this is where I get serious about it. Like, it's crazy to listen to some of the things and you go, okay, this is like crazy, right?
Yeah.
But also you got to take a serious look at it and go like, the problem is that like, you got like, Hollywood companies kind of feeding into it, giving her money to do stuff, enabling her when she probably just needs some help. She probably just needs, I hope she's getting the help. I hope Demi is getting the help that Demi needs.
She's not. And they couldn't make money off of it otherwise.
Yeah, exactly whoever's producing that TV show is exploiting her.
Yep, absolutely.
She started all this crap, and because she's a Disney kid, they fucking would exploit the kids. Have you seen Shia LaBeouf's like Honey Boy on Amazon? He just says that he went through the worst time in his life. It's a autobiography of him going through the worst time during filming Even Stevens because of what Disney would fucking put kids through.
And when we see society worshiping celebrity culture like this, it just feeds the beast. Oh, well, God, people love what Demi Lovato, what she has to say. Forget about the fact that she needs help. She's got some personal issues in her life. As I think it was RJ said, how can we exploit it? How can we exploit it to make money? And that's what it all comes down to. True. And they're doing it. And yeah, she should get help. But they're making a circus freak show out of it.
And I don't even have a problem with I don't even have a problem with the extraterrestrial angle because, like I said, we've all seen weird things. Look, I don't know, look, I
what's
love,
weird thing you've seen? Because I wish I've seen something, but I'd like to.
Yeah, I want to hear that. Yeah.
So some of the stuff that I saw, there was one night that me and my friend were we were driving back from someplace, and there were these lights, and I still can't explain it to this day. But it wasn't an airplane because the way it was flying was not an airplane. It was not like it would hover. It would kind of like stay still and then it would move. And the way that it moved, it wasn't a continuous, thing. It wasn't a helicopter. There was no sound to it, but it literally just kind of hovered over our neighborhood. And before we knew it, like it was like over from where I live, like there's the best way I could describe it. There's like a city south of here, Grand Blanc, and that's probably like 10, 12 miles away. So like it was like right here, and then it was there. Like it was as far as we could see basically on the horizon. It went from directly over top. We were actually driving underneath of it because we saw it and we were like, wow, that's a really low airplane, right? At first, but then we looked at it, it was like, well, that's too many lights for an airplane, right? Because it had these like bright lights, and it was like, that's way too many lights for an airplane. And then we started looking at it and we started noticing its pattern that it would stop. And then it would continue, and then it would kind of stop, and it would like hover, and it would go, and it was dusk, and it was dusk, so we could like see that it was circular in like it wasn't daylight, but like the sun was still setting in the west, like it was like the sun was gone, but you still kind of have that glow, so you kind of see the outline a little bit. But the problem was we were right underneath of it and driving through our neighborhood. And so it was just weird the way that it was there. And then, like I said, before we know it, like we literally turned a corner and then it was just gone. And it was, miles down the road.
It's interesting. And I'm not making this up. My father we've talked about UFOs in the past. And back in the 70s, he said when I was a little kid, he was out in the backyard and it was later at night. It was darker. But the experience he had was identical to yours. Something he knew wasn't a plane and just went across the sky like that. And those are the experiences that I hear people have had that they've witnessed that seem to have some consistency. I've never had an experience, and I wish I had. I have, because I'd like to see some kind of evidence just to be able to say, yeah, because I do believe that there are extraterrestrials. When you look at every star in the sky and consider that's a sun with planets orbiting it, how could there not be the possibility of extraterrestrial life, whether they came here or not? But I just find it really fascinating that your experience of what you viewed was very similar to an experience my dad shared with me once. Right down to the details of you knew it wasn't an airplane, it was there, and then bang, it went somewhere that an airplane couldn't move that fast.
I heard a science.
I'm sorry.
I could tell you which experience you wanted me to tell you about since the 90s.
You've had
2000s.
Or several?
Yeah. And I know where they're at. I know where they're at.
So first question, are you doing meth? Just kidding.
Meth? No, I'm smoking a blunt.
Oh, wow.
No, I'm playing. No, I just busted out a cigar. I went to the store earlier and I got a grape one. So I like some tobacco. It's fun, but it's too much. Anyways, no, so I would live in this country part of the city. Well, I still do, but there's two patches of the sky that I realized that you could see them, and it's not them, it's us. They are people that are up there in the sky managing whatever's going on with space. Now it's called SpaceX, but I mean, it's been known. There was a guy named Nick something, I forgot his name, but he hacked into NASA and he went to jail for it, and he revealed all that stuff.
I've seen that guy. I used to listen to Coast to Coast Art Bell.
Art, dude. Oh my god, dude, on tour. Art at 3 a.m. in the morning. Anywhere I'd be going, I'd be driving. That guy would.
I was on the air with George Norrie before, after Art left.
Oh yeah,
Oh no way, Georgie boy, dude, that's crazy. But I so many experiences. You just look at the sky, dude. I didn't have a cell phone forever, for probably too long, because I would always notice everybody's looking down at their phones, and I'm just looking at the sky, what's gonna happen. I remember one time I saw this. I went to a show, and me and my friends saw this thing coming down from the sky. Not even my friends, everybody that was around at the show saw this thing coming down from the sky. And we're like, what is it? And this is in 2011, 2010, whatever. And later on that night, we see what you were explaining right now about the airplane that had too many lights, that didn't look like an airplane, flies by. It's a triangle. But before it flies by, there's one helicopter leading the way and 3 helicopters in the back of it. And I'm just like, what is going on here? We all see this crap, and we're just like, what are we looking at? Don't know what's going on. And it's low in the neighborhood too. Probably say 500 feet in the air, 1,000 feet in the air, whatever. In between nothing. It's ridiculously low.
Did you see it move fast? Noise. Did you see it move fast though?
They were towing it.
Okay, so here's my. I'm just going to throw it out there. It could have been something like a Goodyear blimp that they were towing. Those things float low, and they could potentially be towed. Unless you saw the speed of it moving from one place to the other, I would opine.
I'm not saying they're towing it. They were. It was like a convoy. My bad. Convoy.
Hey, William, are you okay, man?
Going as fast as
you're not. He says because he had clarification on my question. He says with a $5 super chat. Thank you, William. He says if a new DC president is named, is it fair to saddle them with someone else's decision? And then later on here, he says that hat was for another stream. Sorry, keep the money though. Are you watching somebody else's stream and you chatted us?
He did.
That's funny.
I think he's watching the vodka stream right now.
Oh, yeah. So he chatted us. That's all right. I would say, I don't know that it's okay to saddle them with somebody else's decision, though. I think, I think that's right. I mean, but I do know there will be carryover, though. There'll always be carryover, between the companies, with DC and stuff. So, But look,
will we see that with Fandome tomorrow? With what's going to be announced that we haven't got?
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, I mean, aliens are one of those things. Like literally, we could go on. Everybody's, a lot of people have, have had different experiences, and like I don't know what they are. I don't, like I think that there's a great big world, and even as a person of faith, I don't think that it doesn't threaten my my faith even.
I mentioned I was on the air with George Norrie once. It's funny you should mention this because this was the topic I was discussing with him the time I was on the air.
Oh yeah.
Somehow the topic had come up about God, religion, and aliens, and someone was calling in saying that they didn't believe in aliens because of their religion or their faith. And I had called in and said, if God is all powerful, why are you saying that God is not creative enough to come up with life anywhere else than here? Like, why are you limiting God's power and saying God could not create more than just this? That was the topic we were talking about.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, if I believe that he created this, why couldn't I believe that he created something else? I mean, look, if he didn't, then the universe is a very lonely place.
Yep.
Right?
There's too much.
I mean, there's a lot of universe and a lot of space.
Well, that's why there's books of the Bible that say that aliens do exist. There's even depictions of Jesus being born with an alien.
Well, there's stuff
UFO.
there's stuff in the Bible like about like Ezekiel saw a wheel within a wheel, like a spinning disc with lights.
Yeah, that was a great one.
I've always wondered if those accounts in the Bible didn't have to do with like physical angels, but maybe they were mistaking extraterrestrials for what they could only understand were physical human forms.
Maybe.
William's
William?
here.
Hey, sorry about that. I was watching Vodka Stream and I was trying to clarify a question while I was watching you at the same time.
Nice.
The chat, so keep the $5. But yeah,
that's right. I mean, as long as you're watching us, man, that's what matters.
Yeah,
I love Dave. I love Dave though. I love Dave. H Bart's here with a $2 super chat. Says Homo sapien are the last of the human species.
Hey, guys, I'm going to get going because it's getting late. But before I go, I got a question for Garguts. Based on the story you just told us, you mind if I ask where you live? Like, generally, I'm not asking for your street address, but like, I'm just wondering, like
1, 2, 3, 4 face green. No,
I'm just wondering what state, what area, what region of the country.
I'm in Texas.
Texas, okay.
Yeah.
Stuff like that never happens in Philly. I don't know why.
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Like being out in Vegas. William can probably attest to. I mean, we got the Air Force Base out there. I mean, there's
I was just about to say, I have 11 Air Force bases out here. So
we got a lot.
Yeah.
Plus, we have the Air Force Base out here. We have the area near Creech Air Force Base, which is where all of your high-tech aerodynamic stuff is developed. Everything that you've seen used in war, as far as like the SR-71 going all the way back to the F-117, it's all developed out here, and to the point where everybody thinks everything they see is a UFO because they don't know how to.
That's why I said that they're not. I was like, dude, they're us. I see it already.
See you, Music Man. Thank you for being here.
I'm gonna head out, guys.
All right, man.
All right, brother. You be careful.
All right. Hey, Big Dub, I don't know what you want me to ask the panel about. I mean, I know that you shared that that you had an experience, but I don't know what you want me.
What did I walk into? I came in basically to explain that to you, but
we were talking about Demi Lovato, Neil deGrasse Tyson, basically put because we talked about that earlier this week, and RJ thought that it was a joke. RJ thought that it was like an onion piece.
She's really. She's on shows and stuff promoting it.
William.
She's on drugs.
Yeah. So,
not anymore. She's done with drugs, I think.
So we think.
Well, she has overdosed.
I hope so.
Yeah. I can only give her the benefit of the doubt, So.
Yeah, so we were just talking about the fact that Neil deGrasse Tyson basically put the kibosh on it and said, nope, aliens don't care if you call them aliens. It really doesn't matter. Look, there's enough going on in the world, folks. Look, I'm all for being respectful of people. You guys know that. You guys know my heart, and you know that I'm all for being respectful of everybody and treating everybody with love and respect. But I think that there is a point too, though, where like even it doesn't matter who it is, people can go overboard with stuff, and
This
that's
is an
overboard.
example of it.
This is an example of it. Aliens don't care. And the term alien is not just bad in and of itself, just like slave, it's a word. It doesn't have to, it can be derogatory if you're talking about certain things, but Disney, talking about like changing the name of Slave One, Boba Fett's ship. No. Like that
Leave
doesn't
it
make any
alone.
sense.
Leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone.
Well, it's not being used in the context of slavery, so it wouldn't apply.
Exactly. And 187
machine.
is absolutely right. She doesn't speak for the aliens. You know what? If the aliens come and they say, hey, we don't want to be called aliens, I'll consider it. But until aliens show up and tell me that, I don't know. They showed up in that, remember the show V, where they came up and they said, we're the visitors. I don't care what they call themselves.
How presumptuous of her.
What happens to the illegal aliens then? Do we stop calling them that too?
Well, yeah, that's her point, is because she doesn't believe in calling them illegal aliens.
Maybe we should call them undocumented extraterrestrials.
I mean, they probably seeded life on this planet, and we're the trespassers. I fear that if alien life ever comes here, they're just going to wipe us out. They're going to look at us, and it's going to take them about 10 minutes to say, we can't have this species traveling throughout space. Look at what they've done to their own world.
That's what most people agree.
Planet. Yep.
Yeah.
That's what most people agree, that if aliens do come, they're probably coming for resources or coming for us. And so
I wish,
and then to make sure we never leave our world.
The scientist who was in the, why am I forgetting his name? The scientist who, Stephen Hawking.
Oh, they said Jeff Goldblum.
Stephen Hawking was a real advocate of, if the aliens come, we're done for.
Yeah.
He really ascribed to that concept also.
Yeah, I mean,
do we want these fools getting on ships and exporting with their nonsense out to the stellar? No.
Angie got it here before we go to our next topic. Aliens are going to omni-man us.
No.
And let's hopefully Goober says hopefully the aliens don't bring face huggers with them. Yeah.
Life just
we're toast, man. It's over. It's over.
And you know what?
Man.
H-Barts, you're right. I would love to think that the human race would band together and fight back.
Yeah.
I think it would split everybody even more.
That's right. We can't get together and solve our own problems here right now. We're all fighting each other. We'd fight each other that way too, and that's the sad statement about it all.
Remember when that UFO went over Los Angeles and they tried to fire at it and they put spotlights on it and everything?
When was that?
In the 40s.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
There's a lot of that, though. Tell you what, if they have the talent to get here, which means they have interstellar travel and capabilities, we're probably going to, even if we were united and on the same page, we got 10 minutes of survival left once they decide we're going to wipe us out.
And here's the flip side to UFOs, William, honestly, not to take us down another rabbit hole, but the UFOs and craft that we see might not be from outer space. They might be interdimensional, or maybe there is a species that lives in the center of the earth. And comes up through openings around the world that we don't know about.
That means they've come up and they're tired of us. Okay.
Yeah, they're going back down.
Eventuality, we're probably done for. So
that's true.
The biggest question is faster than light travel. We know faster than light travel is not possible by our science. So if it's not,
they found
maybe
out
interdimensional or maybe from within the core of our Earth. Who knows?
They found out now that there is faster than light travel.
Oh, they did. All right, I stand corrected. Didn't know that.
It just
RJ says his power just went out. Sorry, I've been trying to move on to the next.
It's the aliens, RJ.
You need to get out of Alabama,
which is the one he wants to talk about. So hopefully RJ is able to get back in here. So Big Dub. I mean, it's kind of a different topic than what we're doing, but he says, please ask the panel their opinion about my story about flying with an angel when I was sedated while having surgery.
I can kind of speak to that. It didn't happen during surgery. Well, I had a near-death experience when I lost my leg, and I won't go into the details of the accident right now. You know them. I think I shared them with you. But when
you didn't, and I didn't ask.
Oh, I'm happy to talk about it. I don't want to belabor going a whole other. I mean, do you want me to tell you? Okay, so really quickly, I was coming home from my Columbia College in a summer course. I was rushing to catch the subway train at the Harrison Street subway station. Doors closed on me. I knew it was the last train north. as the train started pulling out of the station, I started running alongside, yelling for the conductor to wait and banging on the door. Next thing I knew, my foot went in between the platform and the train. I fell back. I got dragged about 40 feet. And at the moment my foot got caught and I fell back and got dragged down, I thought, I'm done for, because I blacked out. And I really did think at that moment, I'm done with. Like seconds later, I'd been dragged along the platform past where the tunnel started, along the workers' catwalk. And I came to. I came to, and I'm like, oh my God, I might actually walk away from this. And as I was trying to like get up, I felt the dampness because I was bleeding out, and I saw the taillights of the train come to a stop, and the conductor got off, and a passenger got off, a Good Samaritan who stayed with me because they were told to continue on with their schedule. And had this guy not gotten off the train and stayed with me, I would have bled out until the paramedics got there. But in that instance between when my foot got caught and I came to and I went into unconsciousness, it was like when I remember when I was a little kid watching black and white TV. So you turn the TV off and the screen would go black and you'd see like a little white light going away, like from the tuner. I don't know, black and white TV set. And I remember that's the one thing I really recall. Yeah, it was like that kind of something TV in my consciousness. Yeah. And I didn't know what to make of it until someone in the hospital said to me, do you know what happened? And I said, no. They said, instead of going towards the light, you were going away from the light. As people say, when you're near death, they're drawn towards a light. And for whatever, because I survived, I was moving away from the light. Wow. So when a Big Dub Reactions, you're talking about flying with an angel when I was sedated while having surgery, I would only offer this. I don't know that I was in that tunnel going away from the light any more than you may have thought that you were flying with an angel when you were sedated, because our brains are electricity.
Real quick. Was the light going dimmer and dimmer, or
no? It just went away from me instead of me going towards the light.
Did it go dimmer and dimmer, or did it get smaller and smaller? Because I was like, if
it got smaller, it got smaller and smaller than I came to. But I look back on this and I think that may have been, that was me. Not may have been. I was in shock. My body and my brain was reacting a certain way. And in what Big Dub is asking about the experience with angels when you're in surgery, there have been all kinds of studies of like, what is your consciousness? What is going on in your brain, even when you're in surgery? Because your brain is constantly processing information, trying to resolve things. That's the essence of dreaming during sleep. The things that we dream about aren't mystical. I was visited by somebody, or this is some kind of a sign. It's your subconscious operating while your physical body is not able to respond to you. So much as the person in the chat asked about the angel, that could have been your subconsciousness during your surgery working stuff out. I'm not saying that's what it was, but from my own experience of like when I went into shock and I had that thing happen where I went black and then that light went away from me, wow. I tend to think that was my subconscious dealing with, I don't know, like maybe being on the precipice of death and being snuffed out, or just my brain grasping onto something that, I don't know, like took me through that moment until I came to and realized I was lucky and I was going to be able to survive what happened. These near-death experiences are like really, there's a lot to talk about there. It's like, is it the supernatural? Is it God? Or is it just our brains scientifically managing us in our subconscious so that we can bridge that shock moment?
Sure.
I've had one too, man. Like I've went through stage fucking 4. So, this was 6 years ago. 5 years ago almost. So I fucking had this image of this priest coming in and reading my last rites. And I told him, not today, priest. And the nurse came in 45 minutes later and I go, who was that priest? And she goes, there was no priest here. And that was my mind killing, I was just dying, dude. That's all it was. And
it was helping you cope with the moment, maybe.
Yeah.
But did the priest sound like RJ singing?
Yeah. Oh, if it did, I would have been like, take me now. Take me now.
Well, hey, William has to get going. William, thank you for being on, man. He says
No
he's going to be
problem.
here tomorrow night for our tomorrow night show. So thanks
Yeah.
for being here, bud. We
I like
appreciate you,
that
man.
quote in the chat. Not today, priest.
Not today.
Quote
It
from a
sounds like a
movie.
T-shirt. It sounds like a T-shirt. Not today, priest.
Not today, priest.
All right. Well, hey, that's some riveting conversation, man. You know, like that's good stuff. There's always we could have a show some night where people just like share their experiences,
Theological
of like
discussion.
crazy stuff that's happened.
That would be good. Anyways,
But
yeah.
moving on
Moving
here,
on.
real quick. So it's the end of an era, apparently, and it's sad. It's sad. Michael Caine apparently is retiring from acting at age 88.
This news came out of nowhere, and it is very sad. But like, what a career this man has had. You
He's
know?
earned it. He needs some downtime now. I've failed you all. I'm so sorry, but I have to retire now.
Right,
Master audience.
It says, okay, well, hold on.
Oh, never mind then.
Oh.
So it's been updated.
Whoa.
Well, let's
from when the show started.
Yeah, right. It says representatives for Caine refute his comments, telling the Wrap the actor is not fully retiring. The origin
Oh, so he
story-
might come back. Maybe if the role really
Probably
grabs
for the
him,
next Nolan movie.
First of all, you got to call him. You have to call him Sir Michael Caine.
Yes, Sir Michael Caine. What is that? What he wants to be called?
Oh well, I mean, he was knighted.
He's knighted.
No, I know. Never mind.
But yeah,
so Mike,
is that
Mike
what it was?
well, let's read the original to see where they were going with this. Michael Caine has retired from acting at the age of 88, ending a nearly 70-year career. 70 years. Yeah, he did make that bad decision about being in Jaws 4, The Revenge.
That's one of his funniest performances, though.
That was
to
a
be
great
fair.
movie.
It also
That
bought
movie-
him.
that
He
movie
always
is
says,
so
"Hey,
bad."
it bought him his house."
Right.
That movie bought him his
That-
house. That's all it
that
was for.
movie
He has
is
no
so
shame
bad.
about it, nor should he.
No, but
That
that movie
was
is
a-
so bad. But it's like the shark.
He was honest
like,
about it, though. He was honest
growls
about
and-
it.
Yeah.
Yep. It says 70-year career with his final film bestsellers. Caine, a 6-time Academy Award nominated actor who has won 2 Oscars for roles in 1986 Hannah and her sister's 1999's The Cider House Rules, revealed his acting retirement on BBC Radio's 5's Kermode and Mayo's Film Review as the author of 3 memoirs, including the best-selling What It's All About, an autobiography. The Dark Knight trilogy star and frequent Christopher Nolan collaborator says he's a writer and no longer an actor. I've got this alcoholic part in bestsellers, and funnily enough, it turned out to be what is my last part, really, because I haven't worked for 2 years, Caine told Kermode and Mayo of his role as cranky novelist Harris Shaw in the dramedy. I have a spine problem which affects my legs, so I can't walk very well. And I also wrote a couple of books, which were published and were successful. So I'm now not an actor. I'm a writer, which is lovely because as an actor, you have to get up at 6 a.m. and go to the studio, added Caine. The writer can start writing without leaving the bed.
How
Caine-
can they refute this?
no.
How
I
can
don't
his
know.
agents refute this? It's like elder abuse. No. You're
You
not
can't-
retiring. You can't
You're
retire
not
yet.
retiring. You're not retiring.
Yeah, I
We
want to
need
see
more
what
money
the
from you.
refute statement was, like what they were talking about.
Yeah, let me see if I can find anything.
Well, it says that has a link to the rap article where
Oh,
they
does it?
talk to
Okay,
them.
oh,
Yeah,
okay, hold on.
yeah. You said to scroll down.
Oh yeah. Okay, here we go.
Hopefully, it doesn't get me too.
We're not letting him retire.
No, Michael Caine is not retiring after bestseller. Okay, man. Oh boy. We have not seen the last of Michael Caine on screen. After all, while the legendary actor made waves Friday with an interview surfaced in which he said recently released comedy drama The Bestsellers would be his last film, the Wrap has confirmed with Caine's representatives that he is not fully retiring. Funnily enough, it has turned out to be my last part. Really, okay. So that's the statement. Okay. It's possible Caine was being playful or merely referring to starring roles. However, come on.
Oh, I call bullshit. I think
So,
that
as he also added, there's not exactly scripts pouring out with a leading man who's 88. Many have been expecting Caine to have some sort of role in Christopher Nolan's next film, Oppenheimer. which chronicles the life of J. Robert Oppenheimer and starts shooting next year with Cillian Murphy in the lead. Caine has appeared in all of Nolan's films since Batman Begins, even making a voice cameo in 2017's Dunkirk. So while
that's a special relationship he has with Nolan. He would make an exception.
Yeah.
Don't y'all think?
Yeah, I think he will be in Oppenheimer. I think that's going to be his last movie.
It says, so while the actor's comments are being interpreted as a retirement announcement, I mean, okay. Caine's representatives assure the Wrap that reports of his retirement are not true. Caine started in 1950. Well, okay. Well, I mean, that's all they're saying is just that it's not true.
You don't have the Wrap screen up. I didn't know if you wanted to share with us, but we're.
Oh! Did I not have the Wraps? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you didn't.
I'm sorry.
We're looking at the.
I'm sorry. Yeah, because I clicked the link.
Damn
and
you!
Yeah, sorry.
Damn you!
Sorry.
Hey, but voice level though, his voice goddamn good, and then you get Morgan Freeman in there.
Can I say that one of the most underrated Michael Caine performances?
Guys, I haven't seen Michael Caine for a while, but
so many good voices, and
he's looking a bit tired, and I would not begrudge him if he said, "I'm done." Look at this man; he needs to take care of himself and not be up at 6 a.m. on these crazy shoot days, and that's a strain.
He does look. I'm just wondering how they refute that. I mean, they're just saying that no, but they're not really giving like a real refute to it. They're just saying no, he's not retiring. Okay.
If he said it, I'd think that those are his wishes, and maybe his representatives are just trying to protect the possibility that he wants to be booked again, because those representatives don't make their money unless they book him on a film.
Yep.
That's what it comes down to.
Man, well, I hope the best for him. I mean, it was one of our lead stories, but I hope the best for him, because I mean that just changed in the time that we were here. So,
whatever he wants to do with the rest of his life, let him. If he wants to keep acting, let him keep acting.
Yeah, I mean, like H-Bart says, Christopher Lee worked up until his death. I mean, there's a lot of people.
There's just some actors who just want to keep working. They don't want to take a break. They want to keep doing what they do.
Norm Macdonald didn't even announce that he was sick, and he worked every day.
You mean Turd Ferguson? Yeah. Oh no, that was that was Norm Macdonald.
Do you guys see that stuff about Tom Hanks? Or not Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise, because he showed baseball. He showed that baseball game, and his face is all puffy, and people are saying that he looks a lot like
Norm Macdonald. Or they're speculating, is it fillers? I say it looks like it's cheeseburgers.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. But the weird part about it is that there's actually people who think like I'm guessing they're saying it tongue in cheek. I hope, but people say crazy stuff. But like there was jokes going around Twitter apparently where it's like Norm Macdonald faked his own death and like killed Tom Cruise, took over his life.
What?
Yeah. Well, look at him. Hold on a second. I'll find.
It's crazy. I never think that Tom Cruise is not willing to age gracefully like some of our other senior actors, and he's embracing this. Shoot me up, get my face. I mean, if that's the case too, he's in the first stages of what fillers do. Eventually, it's supposed to go down. The swelling goes down, but this picture of him is not flattering. If this is what he's doing,
okay, then Scientology is bad. Okay, because he hasn't been.
Well, that was a given before this, Garguts.
Yeah, I don't think that we were in debate about that. But
look at this. Yeah. He does look like Norm Macdonald. Oh my god!
Holy shit, that's not him. Oh wait, no, wait. Oh no, that's
it is. It is him.
Holy shit, he's got the cheeks and everything.
Yeah,
especially right here. Look at this one right here.
Yeah, that one is that's altered right there. Come on.
No, that's not altered. How can he not think that if he thinks that makes him look young and better? He has to go talk to Clint Eastwood.
He looked fine
Harrison Ford.
He looked fine before. I don't know why he would do something like that.
He did.
Well, Norm Macdonald is like 6'1", I think.
Unless he's like
somebody would know.
Maybe let me say something else too. That very well could also be prednisone. He might have an illness that he's not disclosing. Prednisone does that to people. It did it to Jerry Lewis when he was sick, and he would do those telethons. He was all bloated up. So, look, we're making fun of his vanity. It might not be fillers, and it might not be cheeseburgers. That also looks like the effects of prednisone as it's administered to treat certain illnesses.
Wow.
Turd Ferguson right there.
There he is.
There he is. Turd Ferguson right over there. Right over there. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting, especially because look at his mouth here.
Wow,
and
I can't believe he'd willingly do that to himself, which makes me lean towards he's being treated with prednisone.
I'm just gonna be honest with you, man. Look at what some of these people do, man. Like these people, will.
I know.
You wouldn't think, but my goodness, man. So many people in Hollywood just messing themselves up, man. Like they don't want the natural effects of life to catch up with them. And
how about Sly Stallone? It's like he's made himself look like his mother, who was a plastic surgery addict. And I always look at people, and I'm sure Harrison may have had a little bit of work. I don't know if he did or not. Harrison is an example of someone who's aged gracefully, as has Clint Eastwood. And I have a lot of respect for people, even women, female actresses. Jessica Lange is a beautiful woman. She's embracing her age. They're playing the roles that fit them now. They're not worried about, like Stallone, I got to shoot up steroids for the rest of my life because Madonna aren't gonna want to see me unless I'm trying to recapture how they remembered me, for what made me famous.
Mm-hmm. Especially Madonna with that. She's still trying to play a virgin. I'm like,
yeah, I think she's a little bit dried up to be playing that role anymore. Oh yeah.
I don't know about all that. But okay, so the Batman got a new poster.
Finally, right. My wheelhouse.
I hate that costume. I hate it.
I love it. It looks great.
It looks like Batman Beyond, though.
Doesn't look like Batman Beyond.
Come on.
It looks like hockey pads Batman to me.
What if he's not Bruce Wayne? What if he's like...
No, he's Bruce Wayne. They already confirmed it.
Oh, god dang it.
That looks great, man. I can't wait for that trailer tomorrow. It looks great.
Hey, why is everybody saying that they're barely hearing Batman voice with that teaser? But I'm like, last year, didn't we hear it when he was like, I'm vengeance?
Yeah, we've already heard the Batman voice before.
Yeah, and I was like, why is everybody tripping on that? Like,
because it's news, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah,
but I love these posters. These are great posters. I love them. Cannot wait for that trailer tomorrow, man. Cannot wait.
Yep.
So okay, let's bet some money right now. I'm going to say it's going to be 5 minutes. 5 minutes and 45 seconds.
That looks like a high school art project. That doesn't look.
Or is it going to be a teaser?
Top quality key art. I'm sorry, guys. I know people are excited about this. I'm just not. I have nothing against Pattinson. I just don't see him as a Bruce Wayne. And I know people said the same thing with Heath Ledger as the Joker and stuff. And maybe it's because I'm still butthurt over the fact that I think they did Affleck dirty by taking the movie away from him. And I think physically he really embodied Bruce Wayne and Batman. But this costume just does nothing for me.
Hold on. You can't blame that on this movie, though.
No, I can to a certain degree. Yeah, I can, because originally Ben Affleck was supposed to star and direct it. Then Warner Brothers gave it to Matt Reeves because Affleck's movie Live by Night didn't meet their box office numbers. And then suddenly Matt Reeves decided, well, I don't want to do it with Ben. I want to go in another creative direction. And Ben was burned out from all the bullshit from Joss Whedon and Justice League. And that's the point where he's just like, fuck it, I'm done. I'm done with it.
No. To be fair with this whole situation, he didn't leave because Live by Night bombed. I'm sure that was a factor.
No, he didn't want to leave because of it. Warner Brothers lost faith in him as a director, which is why they cajoled Reeves into directing.
The reason he left that project is because he was dealing with his alcoholism. That was the major.
I agree. I know that was a factor in it, but I tend to think that everything he was dealing with at Warner Brothers, with them not being happy with the numbers on Live by Night, all the nonsense with the Justice League reshoots, probably had a lot to do with his alcoholism and his real life.
I'm sure it didn't help. I'm just saying, I don't know. That he wanted to work with Matt Reeves. Ultimately it went in a different direction. It's fine. And
RJ, I can tell you, when you're, as a director, I've been in an experience where I directed a film and there were creative differences on it between me and of all people, the writer. And what happened on that project debilitated me literally for 2 years, because it shouldn't have happened, because I was so creatively and emotionally invested in doing it as a director. That kind of a professional slam on you can completely throw you into a spiral of depression. Now, I didn't.
Oh no,
alcoholism.
No.
I think what they did to Affleck provoked a lot of that. And when I see what came out of it, yeah, I like Matt Reeves as a director. I've liked his previous movies, but because I think we were spoiled on seeing the literal interpretation of Bruce Wayne in Ben Affleck, and we were cheated seeing that interpretation continue because all the suits at Warner Brothers decided to second guess the creative direction of the project because Live by Night didn't meet the numbers they expected, which had nothing to do with a Batman movie. That should not have shaken their faith in Ben Affleck as a director. It shouldn't have shaken their faith in anything, or I know it was a separate issue with Justice League and the reshoots after Zack Snyder had to leave the project for personal reasons. But everything about this project has to do with the creatives and the suits at Warner Brothers dicking people around and then going in different directions. And, Matt Reeves will do this, and maybe in one more movie, or maybe even after this movie, if things don't change after Fandome or with this merger, they would pull the same crap with Matt Reeves. It just seems that the executives...
Well, to be fair with the Matt Reeves thing, he agreed to certain parameters when he signed his contract. He almost left the project until he got basically what he wanted. So,
well, he negotiated well, but I can't imagine that Zack Snyder didn't have the same kind of strong guarantees in place as a director of his stature with all the good work he'd done for Warner Brothers. And look what they did to him there. Nobody goes into these creative agreements with studios without lawyers, managers, agents, looking at everything in the best interest of their client, whether it be a Zack Snyder or a Matt Reeves. They screwed Zack Snyder. They screwed Ben Affleck. I don't think it's beyond them to screw Matt Reeves. They screwed David Ayer with Suicide Squad. David Ayer was a reputable director. Now James Gunn is the big flavor of the month because he did Marvel movies that made more money, and that's what Warner's looking at is like, how much money can we make here? Let's forget him. Look back on Batman versus Superman. They look at that as being a failure because it didn't meet the numbers they wanted, despite the fact it made millions of dollars and it was very successful. You've just got people at the studios who don't think anything about second guessing the creatives who know their jobs because the executives think that they know better than the creatives. And what the executives know is money, financing projects, figuring out marketing and stuff. When they second guess the creatives, this is why you've seen this constant cycle of indecision at Warner Brothers and reboots and this and that, because unlike what was happening over at Marvel when they gave Feige the ability to steer the ship and they trusted him, they gave him creative control because they knew he had a vision. That's essentially what they were giving to Zack Snyder, and they pulled the rug out from under him, which derailed everything else afterwards.
No, I understand. There's a lot going on with Zack
I think
Snyder,
we agree.
but the
but
thing
getting
is,
back to this,
well, that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, people need to remove that stuff from looking at this movie. I think people need. I'm gonna say it this way, but it's not meant to be harsh. I think people just need to move on. This movie is what it is at this point. It's not Ben Affleck. I get some people are going to be upset about that. Would I have liked to have seen a Ben Affleck Batman movie? Absolutely. But I'm looking at what's being presented and what they're doing. I see the care and passion for the character already on the screen. Already just like the teaser images, the trailer that we already got. Like, this seems like a true Batman passion project.
I think it is.
I think there's a lot of
Reeves.
elements here to be excited for.
I think you're right, but I don't disagree with you. But William has made the point many times. They put out these movies, they get us really emotionally invested, and before that emotional investment can pay off with the next part of the story, they pull the rug out from under us and expect, well, you got to get over it. We're doing this version now. And within such a short span of time, it's emotionally exhausting for those of us who are really into what we're seeing and wanting to see it play out a little bit longer. And luckily we got that with Zack's Justice League. Maybe we'll get a little bit more of a flavor of it and some satisfaction when Ben, in that iteration of the character, returns in Machete's Flash
of course.
movie.
I understand there's an emotional element to this. I get that. I'm just saying, like, I don't know. I think some people need to remove their feelings at the door when they're examining what this is.
It's a new direction. It's its own entity, as the Nolan movies were their own entity. The Nolan movies, though, had the benefit of a conclusion. We didn't get that with the last iteration of Batman before we're expected. Although we kind of got it in the end of Zack's Justice League. Not really, because we knew there was going to be a standalone Affleck version of Batman that we didn't get. And now we're supposed to move on and embrace this one. And yeah, it looks great. I know Matt Reeves is a good filmmaker, and I know that he wants to give his vision of this. It's just like, man, missed opportunities. Before we moved on to this, they could have resolved things with the previous iteration before taking that away from us and expecting us to
There's still HBO Max. There's still a regime change.
Maybe.
Heck, there's even the rumors that Ben Affleck could be in the Batgirl movie now.
I'm not excited about the Batgirl movie.
Well,
but that's
I'm just saying Ben Affleck is not necessarily done either.
Yeah,
Things can be allowed to coexist.
What's this crusade against ginger characters that we suddenly Barbara is not?
Oh, you don't know that for sure. She had red hair.
What I want to say is what Batman has been able to say, people got behind before they saw the movie.
I think people were behind Christian Bale in The Dark Knight, and I think there was a very good cross section of fandom that was behind Affleck. You just didn't see it because the naysayers were all over social media shitting on him until suddenly he was the best thing about Batman versus Superman in a lot of people's
yes,
opinions.
Paul Smith. That's basically what I'm saying. Yes,
Keaton was fucking great too, but everybody was shitting on him because
Keaton was great at the time.
Mr. Mom.
Before
he did Batman,
and that was before social media. But I don't think that Keaton in the original Batman films really hold up that well.
Well, it's interesting. It's interesting you bring up the social media aspect too, because like the excitement I'm seeing for this movie, particularly, I have not seen for a DC movie in a long time. You look at the social media tracking for this movie, just in terms of the raw numbers, the data that we have, it's pretty damn big. I'm not going to say it's like Snyder Cut level or anything like that. I'm just saying like this is probably the most anticipated DC movie in a long time for a lot of people. And I think there's a strong reason for that. I think it looks great. I think also too, people have been dying for a solo Batman movie of any kind. It's been like, when this movie comes out, it'll be a decade since the last one came out, the last solo Batman movie.
You mean Nolan's?
The last solo Batman movie was The Dark Knight Rises in 2012. It'll be 10 years since then. It's crazy to think about.
So, that dude Vince in the live chat says Batman 89 holds up just fine, thank you. Why? My problem with the original Batman 89, at the time it was cool because we finally got a serious Batman, but they put him in a fantasy Gotham City, unlike Christopher Reeve as Superman operating in a real-life metropolis. One of my problems with the original Batman was that it focused so much on the Joker, not enough on Bruce, and it set this man with no superpowers in a fantasy world. At the time, it was cool because, again, we never had a serious Batman, and we finally got the gritty, noirish type of character we wanted. When I say it doesn't hold up for me now, it's because looking back on that after what Nolan has done and after what Zack Snyder has done, and I know that we're living in a golden age of superhero movies now where directors are allowed to figure out how to make the characters more realistic and suspend our disbelief in the way that they frame the characters and the stories now, unlike back then when Burton was just kind of starting out and figuring out this whole superhero genre. Batman 89 was revolutionary for a lot of reasons, and yeah, we do have to thank it a lot for what followed. I'm just saying I can't sit down and watch it now and think, oh, if this came out now, I think it was great. I think a lot of people's love for that film have to do with a nostalgia factor that was well earned. But if Batman 89 were made today, I don't know if it would be as well received as it was back when we didn't have. We weren't spoiled by what superhero movies could be. Didn't mean to filibuster, but I'm passionate about Batman, Enosh.
Yeah, I was about to say, you were kind of awfully quiet. I was like, oh.
I'm sorry, I'm answering something.
Okay.
Go ahead.
I didn't mean to take over. I thought maybe I was talking too much.
Nope. You're good. You guys take care of something. I'm just answering something.
Okay.
Quick, so
that's kind of why I say that. I'm not shitting on Batman 89 or disparaging it. I think that it served its purpose in time and it was fun at the time. It's just with what we've been spoiled with since then. I think that the affection for Batman 89 has more to do with nostalgia than anything else.
No.
And whereas I think the original Superman holds up well now, being a product of its time. That's a reflection of the late 70s and what movies were like and characters were like. And I can see Superman now and be like, man, this still totally holds up for me from a character.
That's really interesting that you say that, because I feel the same way about the original Superman movie, but I would also say the same thing a little bit about Batman 89. I think, at least in my opinion, I think that movie feels timeless in a way. At least that first one. We can argue about Batman Returns another night, but like the original 89 Batman, I feel like has like that timeless quality to it in a sense. At least to me, I think it holds the test of time, especially as like you look at it, like again as you're saying, like the original Superman was made in the 70s. I view that as very much a product of like the late 80s, the end of the 80s, the beginning of the 90s. You know.
So this is what I would tell you.
There's a lot of interesting comments in the live chat about this too in both camps.
So this is what I would tell you. Batman 89 absolutely stands up. Batman 89 is just as relevant as it was in 89. That movie, I just saw it literally in the theater just a couple of years ago again, and it looks brilliant. They did it as a special 2-night thing or whatever that you could go whatever. I think it's a great Batman film. I think it captures a lot of that. I don't think it's just the nostalgia of it, because I think it's the first film that actually painted Batman in a serious light for the first time, where people felt like they could take Batman serious, and that he wasn't the 1960s Batman, was doing the Batusi and running around with bombs and stuff.
Different side of the character.
Well, that was my point. It was serious, but I didn't get any sense of Bruce Wayne in that movie. I got a sense of Jack Nicholson's Joker. They didn't take the time to develop Bruce as a character the way that Nolan did.
Yeah, but the thing is, though,
I think that was intentional. Though.
I mean, it's just a different film. It's supposed to catch Batman at a different point in time.
Well, the whole point of that
it was more of a comic book movie. I mean, the Dark Knight trilogy is not really a comic book movie. It's comic book characters, but it's very much more just a regular.
Which is why I'm so excited for this one
drama
in particular, this new Matt Reeves movie, because this to me feels like a comic book.
So look, I feel like the Batman movie is going to be good.
I think it's going to be
Here's the thing though. I hate this costume. I absolutely hate this costume.
That's what pushes me away from it.
This costume looks like something that I shackled together to go to Comic-Con.
It looks like cosplay.
And I disappointed myself, but I have no other choices. That's honestly what I feel about this costume. This movie could be absolutely awesome, but I am a little frustrated though by this movie, and here's why. And I'm interested to hear what you think, RJ, because I'm frustrated with this movie because of all the BS that we heard about. And look, I'm not saying that I'm taking this personally into it, because I'm going to go watch the movie and I'm going to enjoy it for what it is, right? And if it's good, I'm going to enjoy it. I got no problem liking the Batman, okay? But what I do take a little bit of an issue is all this BS that we've heard from people over the last few years that like, oh, it's too dark. Zack Snyder's world was too dark. It's too this, it's too that. And this movie literally has the Riddler looking like a gimp.
Looking like the Zodiac killer.
Yeah,
here's what I would ask you.
I'm not saying that I don't like realism. I'm not saying I don't like realism, but when I hear stories about like that they're going to play this more like a horror movie,
Can't have it both ways.
I'm like, well then what is it? How do you want the Batman? Because I'm hearing people like who have griped about Zack Snyder for the last 8 years or whatever, going on about how this looks great to them. Yet this looks more scary and more demented and twisted than anything Zack Snyder has ever presented to us.
Well,
Zack Snyder literally presented us a comic book on screen. This looks weird. This looks like a nightmare. In and of itself, like a real nightmare.
Dude, he looks like he sourced his suit from Home Depot.
When I say a nightmare, I mean like a real nightmare. I'm not talking about. I'm not being.
No, I know. I'm saying like.
I'm not using hyperbole. I'm not using hyperbole. I'm saying this looks like a nightmare. This looks like the Riddler is sitting there like taping people all up in duct tape. This looks like it's going to be very serious and show some really graphic stuff, and you're not going to want to take your kids to it. That kind of Batman.
Yeah,
that's what I'm concerned about.
I get that.
And I'm not saying I'm not going to like it. I'm just saying I don't want it to be gory and just dirty just to be that way.
And for everybody who complained about Zack Snyder's darkness, they're embracing this darkness. It's like you can't have it both ways.
Well, here's what I would say though about that.
I think it'll play out.
Let RJ answer the question.
Here's what I would ask then.
Okay.
Why is it basically that you're holding other people's opinions as like a crux against this movie then? Because that's what I'm not understanding.
I'm not just holding people's opinions about it. I'm holding.
Well,
my
it's
own
like you're
opinions
saying that
about it.
because of what people of the
No,
hypocrisy.
no,
like
it's
you're holding
part of
against
it.
This movie.
No, there's a bunch of things that go together when I go in to look at this movie. Okay, so it's my own opinions about the fact that I'm not sure. Okay, look, I get it that you love Matt Reeves. I like Matt Reeves.
Me too.
But I'm not he's not like I don't look at him as like the end all be all that people are acting like he's the new savior of Batman. I think that has still yet to be
That's
proven.
hype.
Right? And I feel like I don't know what to expect from this film because like I said, I feel like this is just like it's weird. It looks weird to me. It looks off to me.
Enosh, this looks like a movie that the studio wants to make for broad audiences without really. And I know that there are fans here of Batman. They're going to go see it and enjoy it probably.
Yeah.
But this looks to me more like what can we do to give Batman more mass appeal to those that aren't necessarily invested in comic books or the literal look of the characters or the vehicles or anything else. So I think that maybe that's also a component that's been injected in this. And I don't think it's right or wrong. It's Matt Reeves's style, sensibility, and his creative choices, and that's fine. But I do feel like, as you're saying, it does look like it's going to be quite nightmarish and not necessarily be the spirit of a comic book movie as we're all accustomed to.
Yeah, look for everybody who like says DC should go and be more like Marvel and do it like do that or whatever. Like I just don't see that this is somehow supposed to take DC in a different direction or something like that.
Well, no one's saying that this movie is though.
I'm just saying, man.
You know what, RJ?
I'm just looking at it. I'm just looking at it, and this movie flies in the face of everything that we've been told from Warner Brothers. This movie seems to fly in the face of everything that we've been told about Batman, about how he's, about what he is and who he's supposed to be, and it just like. Everything looks super dark.
Again, that's
everything
holding what other people are saying.
I'm not holding. No, I'm holding about what the studio has said.
I understand
and like how people have acted about it.
I think it's a bit unfair to look at it with, though.
How, man? It's Batman. It's not like it's a new character or something.
I understand, but you're judging the past actions and their past words against this movie.
Yeah, I'm going to judge this movie based on what the heck are they doing with it, and how does it line up with what it's been before? How does it line up with what the studio has portrayed that they want their characters to be, and does this fly in the face of that, or does this make sense? You know what I mean? Like when you're told something about a character that you love long enough, and then you come to expect something, and then it's like, well, no, we're not really going to do that. We're not really following that. We're really going to make this really super dark and like disturbing thing. Okay, that's the word that I'm looking for. This looks disturbing to me. Okay, it's the same reason why I went and saw Saw 1, and I liked Saw 1 because there was a good story. It was disturbing, but I liked Saw 1 because there was a story there. Exactly. I saw Saw 2, and Saw 2 really put me off because I'm not into gore. Okay, I'm not into just like disturbing images and stuff just to see disturbing images. I started watching Saw 3 and I turned it off. I rented it. I didn't go to see it in the theater. I got about 15 minutes into Saw 3 and my stomach was just like, nope, I can't do this. I don't want to do this. My concern about this from the images, just based on what I've seen, is this feels like it's made to be disturbing, and I don't want to be disturbed by a Batman movie. And no, Gavin, I don't want it to be more like Marvel. I'm saying that people are saying that they want these things to be more like Marvel, and Warner Brothers has said that they want to go these different directions and make lighter fare and all this stuff. And this just looks disturbing.
And let me also,
I wouldn't describe it as disturbing though. Personally, I don't get.
You don't think that the Riddler looks? You don't think that he looks disturbing?
I think he
the
looks
Riddler
badass.
Specifically, yes. The rest of the movie, though, no. I think it's
all reflective, dude. I think it's all reflective because I think this Batman looks disturbing. I don't think that he looks like Batman. He looks
like Batman to me.
This
To
guy
me,
riding a
to me, he looks
motorcycle.
almost like as much of a killer as the Riddler does in this.
I also want to throw into this conversation, RJ. Look,
That's
this
just
is
my
not-
opinion. I mean,
and
I'm
it's
just-
not about me or Enosh or I being right. It's all subjective. I completely respect where you're coming from, and I understand it, and I don't dismiss it. I guess we're just going to have to wait.
No,
and
of
see.
course. No,
But as we're looking at the imagery, I understand. Enosh is really, I think, verbalizing a lot of what I feel too. Where everybody thought, the other direction that was taken with Batman and Superman being dark and the Snyderverse, and they want to go more in a Marvel direction. This completely flies in the face of it, which means then you weren't really serious about.
But does it
things
really
being too
fly in the
dark.
face of it though? If this movie is not even meant to connect to the main universe?
No, but it's still but it's Batman. Everybody knows Batman.
I understand that,
That's
but they could do something completely different with Batman in the main DCEU and have this be a side venture, which is basically what this sounds like. A side
it is.
venture.
It's like an Elseworld story, I guess, because it's not.
Protoss X. I'm just going by what has been reported is that people seeing this movie and around this film have said that it plays more like a horror movie.
I mean, there's been other descriptions though that it really plays off more like a detective story though. The people who have seen the test screenings who have reported back have said like some elements of Seven, yes, especially with the way they're handling Riddler in this. But overall,
Yeah, but what is Seven?
Story.
What is Seven though? Seven.
Seven's a great movie, but it's not Batman.
Yes, but it's only with that specific character though, not the rest of the movie.
But but he's a character in the movie though. I mean,
I've gotten the impression that the Riddler is going to totally be John Doe from Seven, and that to me is like. I don't expect that in a Batman film. I don't know that I don't know that that's what I want. Maybe I'll be proven wrong.
Maybe I mean, look, I could be like
I'll acknowledge it.
I'm not even going to say I'd be wrong by saying it because I'm not saying that's how. I'm not saying that I don't want to see it. I'm not saying that I don't like it. I'm just saying it weirds me out. I'm just going to be honest. It just weirds me out, and I could go see it, and it could be fine, and I could really love it, and like next year I could be talking about how that Batman movie was great, man. Like, it's the best Batman movie that we ever saw.
That's what's going to be interesting. If we see this new trailer, it could show a completely different side of this movie as well. Right?
Have you guys played the Arkham games?
Yes, I'm actually just playing Arkham Asylum right now. Actually, funny enough.
To me, my iteration of what I think Batman should be is Batman Arkham Origins. It wasn't the Rocksteady one. It told Batman during his first
Arkham
year.
Origins, yeah,
it
that was
kicks
a great game.
ass. It's like, to me, I wish that had been adapted into a film. Story-wise, it had just the right level of darkness. It's a very maligned game, and it shouldn't be, because since it was originally released, a lot of people have come around and said, yeah, Arkham Origins probably was the best written Arkham game. And to me, it plays like a film. I mean, from mission to mission, there's like a really great story there with all the assassins trying to take out Batman on Christmas Eve. It's kind of got that Die Hard element too. But and then he meets the Joker for the first time. I just thought everything was woven together so perfectly. To me, that's the essence of what I think would be a perfect Batman movie, style-wise, visually, and story-wise. It was scary and horrific in some ways, but not in a gruesome, ghastly way that I'm kind of being telegraphed through what I'm seeing so far of the Batman. And maybe we'll be wrong, and maybe it won't be gory and bloody and gruesome, but it definitely has a darkness to it that's beyond like the Arkham games, which have a darkness that works, but it doesn't take it too far. Like, I feel
the Dork Knight here. The Dork Knight here says this is an Elseworld story like Joker, like Batman Damned. That's the vibe they're going for with the Dark Label line of comics. And I get that, but I don't know that I want a Dark Label mainline Batman though. Right? I mean, like, because this is basically them reintroducing the character of Batman, and they want to make this a franchise. Oh, we lost him. His power flickered.
Oh no, his power went out.
His power flickered off and on. But like, I just don't know. I just don't know if they're introducing a new Batman. Like, I'm seeing Lego toys, and I'm just being honest. Like,
the Lego toys with the Batman. It's like, this is not a movie kids who play with Legos are going to go see.
Yeah, I just don't see the nothing. I mean, look, tomorrow we could get a trailer that's like Batman's all whatever, but this just does not look like the kind of things that like little kids are going to be like, hey, I want the Lego from like I don't know. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just weird.
Monkey Jeepa says in the chat, Warner Brothers doesn't want to do big story movies that are connected. It takes too much time and they can't afford to invest in a hit or miss franchise. They owe too much money. I would say it doesn't have to do with taking too much time. It has to do with taking the effort and the attention to detail. And they're lazy. They're lazy and they won't see things through to completion. That's why they abandon things. Williams talked about this before also. If he hears tomorrow at DC Fandome more reboots, it might be over because fans are tired of the reboots and the constant, we're not going to finish this, we're moving on, we're distracted. This doesn't have to do with because it takes too much time. You need to take time and detail to take things through to conclusion. They're just lazy and they abandon things that they start.
It's Warner Brothers. You know,
Warner
the
Brothers,
saying.
yeah.
It's the saying, right? Jack Warner didn't want it finished. He wanted it Tuesday.
Yeah.
That's
They want to
how
make billions
that's
of
how they still
dollars
do
to
it.
catch up with Marvel. Yeah. They want to catch up with Marvel without putting in the time
still do that
and the effort and the detail that Marvel has done to get to where they are. They think that, well, if Marvel could do it, we could do it. We can catch up fast without putting in all the effort that they did. And I'm sorry, it's just not possible. And they've shot themselves in the foot thinking otherwise. And that's why we've got this very disjointed DCEU right now.
Oh, definitely. And at least they're trying to mend it together, but I don't think it's gonna work. No matter what they do. They try to remember when Universal's tried to do the Universal Monsters.
They abandoned that
work?
because they didn't think it out ahead of time.
You know,
they didn't know where
Warner
they were
Brothers.
taking it. We're just going to make it up as we go, like the Star Wars sequels. Marvel always knew where it was going. Zack Snyder knew where it was going. DC second guessed him, and this is where we are. So.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And that's that. And I'm right. No, I'm not right. It's all subjective, guys. And we're very passionate about this stuff. And as Enosh says, it's not about who's right or who's wrong. We all are very personally, emotionally invested in different ways. That's why we get passionate about it, like I do. And I don't mean to yell and raise my voice so much.
Yeah, I know all about the passion.
that it's like it feels like we're not being heard. That's why we get all excitable.
Crap.
Yeah, right. Says okay, a couple of things says, I don't know, kids are pretty messed up nowadays. That's true. And I get that Legos aren't just for kids. But I just don't know, man.
Protoss X says we need RJ in there to defend the Batman. You mean the Batman the movie or Batman in general? Because we all love Batman.
Finally, I'm back.
There he is.
Spectrum sucks tonight, man. I don't know what's going on.
Spectrum's always sucks.
Literally, the light will flicker and then everything shuts off and you guys just freeze. I'm like, oh my gosh! And then it takes 15 minutes to reboot. And it's just very annoying.
Angie says I would love to hear Enash's opinion if they ever do a live action of the Batman Who Laughs. I just don't think that's like a mainline thing that they could get away with.
Enosh, did you hear the news?
What's that?
The Batman Who Laughs is going to be in Fortnite. He's coming out next week.
That's fine. That's fine. I just don't.
But that's a game for kids. It's a game for kids.
Well,
but how many kids have read the comic, or how many kids are looking at that really cool avatar that they can?
They're promoting a comic where he's the main villain, apparently.
Yeah,
which is going to be
and that's fine. Look,
kids.
I've got the action figure, right? I've got the action figure, but I also think that if you're talking about a mainline thing, right? RJ, you're totally into the Marvel stuff, right? Because there's something for everyone in there, and I get it. That's cool. And I'm not saying that it needs to be Marvel level stuff because I don't want it to be that. I just there's a difference to me between dark and gritty and creepy and weird. And I'm sorry, but some of those of the images from this really border on that for me. And I if I saw a Batman Who Laughs in live action, honestly, that is I don't know that that's mainline stuff that you want to do a theatrical.
Well, I would say it's really interesting you feel that way about the images because I don't get that same vibe. The Riddler stuff, yes, but I think that's meant to be very imposing, very disturbing on purpose because that's the direction they're taking that character. The rest of it, I just see the foundations of what's being built as a new Batman universe. I don't get that same creepy, disturbing vibe personally. Okay.
Power Talk, I believe it has it been rated yet?
No, not yet. We have no clue.
Okay, so we have no clue.
The rumors are
Oh no, he froze.
He
froze.
Come back to us.
It's me. It's Mr. Freeze. I froze RJ.
Come back to us, RJ.
Ice.
It's time.
What killed the dinosaurs?
The Ice Age. I'm forgetting some Arnold quotes from that movie. I can do a very. I think I can do a good Arnold.
Maria,
but I just don't remember his Mr. Freeze lines.
Maria, no, she's just a maid.
Get to the chopper. Oh wait, that's the wrong movie. RJ, you back? You back? He's there, but his screen is frozen. But yeah, maybe he'll pop in the private chat.
See you at the party, Victor. I love Arnold Schwarzenegger quotes. You cannot get enough of them.
And there's another guy who's aged gracefully. I mean, he's kept in shape.
Yeah.
He hasn't done all the plastic surgery stuff for his face, and I think he's also kind of paid the price now with his. He's had several heart surgeries, and I do think that Arnold did some steroids when he was younger. I'm sure there might be genetic complications also that were there already, but he's had I think 3 heart surgeries.
I'm D1000. I'm made out of polyalloy.
He's an inspiration. I like how he's kind of can't condone what happened in his private life with his maid, but I like the way he stepped forward and still tries to inspire people. And he seems to be a little bit more humble now and down to earth in a lot of his public outreach.
Yes, he does.
Well, that's a bummer. All right, we lost RJ.
Oh no, RJ.
Well, he said it takes a little while to reboot and come back. So
I think it's a sign from the universe.
What? Not to rejoin us, or that you're done?
RJ, come on. Reset that thing like 30 times. Turn off the power in your house. Come back.
We need you. We need you, RJ.
I love. We're giving him tech support. See, if you need a router upgrade, RJ, I have Spectrum 2 and never have issues like that.
I didn't know Spectrum even still existed. I remember they were like a pay TV service back in the 80s. I didn't realize they branched off into cable services.
Yeah, that's crazy. That it's down over. It's crazy. What? Because over here in the 80s we had Paragon, and that that thing's got bought out by Spectrum.
Ryan here says, Knight, sadly, I agree. All they need to follow is the plan, but they don't stick to it, and it will cost them. I don't really care about Fortnite. I don't care about Fortnite. I mean, like Fortnite also, they didn't put Ray Fisher's Cyborg in either. So
did they add the other Justice League characters?
They have, they got Aquaman in there, and they were supposed to have Ray Fisher in there, his version of Cyborg, but they opted not to, or there was some issue. Like I don't know if it was he wouldn't sign off on it or something or another, but they're not having him because my kids were super disappointed because they really wanted to play as
Cyborg.
Cyborg, yeah.
Have you been in touch with him? How's he doing?
He seems to be doing good, man. Today he was playing video games on Twitch. So
cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was astounded, happily astounded at his performance in Zack's Justice League. It's like, my God, this guy he really was the center of the movie. People thought that was just hyperbole before it came out, but he was the heart of that movie, and it worked so well because Ray is an incredible actor. And I hate to think that him standing up to these punks at Warner Brothers
I loved it.
are going to blacklist and derail his career, because he deserves so much better than the shit that they've dished out on him for standing up for himself. It really just angers me to no end.
I swear, if it happens again, I'm done. This is the third time.
Hey, RJ, it's going to happen again. You're going to come back.
Yeah, Spherical Man here says, a live-action Batman Who Laughs would be disturbing, but not as disturbing as how he...
I don't know how you'd be able to do them live action. I really don't, because that would be like hard R, like a hard R movie, man.
Mm-hmm. Benson's with a £5 super chat. Thank you, Benson. What's up, Mark? Says, actors need a decent script and director. Hayden had neither for his role in Star Wars. And now somebody suffering with a split personality is now they.
Sign of the times.
I could do a hotspot Paul Smith. But
Look, you know what? Look. I tried to be I tried tonight. Look, to the person who messaged me, I love you. I care about you. I'm respectful of everyone. Um, but I think it's fair to have a conversation when somebody like Demi Lovato comes out and makes statements like this. She's a public figure, and if we're gonna judge her, they, however, everybody want, because even the person who messaged me called Demi a woman. Uh, however we want to address Demi Lovato, she is a celebrity, and if she says something, I think it's fair to critique what she says, and that's what we did. That's what Neil deGrasse, Tyson did, and I'm sorry that you blocked me. I'm sorry about that. I love you. I care about you, and I'm respectful of everyone, especially women. So, um, you know, I think it's fair to be able to judge somebody on the things that they say, and not just because we're not just a bunch of white guys here.
I'm not white, I promise.
Yep, like that. That's what I said. Like we had a room full of people who may appear white, but they're not all white either. So like,
and all white guys aren't bad. Stop bundling us into the class of people like the Jeremys or the Doomcrocks or the other maniacs on social media. I mean, I don't think any of us operates from a place of prejudice or hate. I think we're just all trying to kind of like wrestle with understanding this stuff ourselves, because the world is constantly changing in this way.
And look, we've had and here's the thing. We've had some hard conversations this week. We have dealt with all the good hard topics. We have not shied away from anything this week. And I think it's fair to have conversations about stuff, but you also have to be able to have open conversations. Nobody was attacking Demi Lovato just because it's Demi Lovato, or because she may or may not have some mental issues or whatever. The point is that if she has those issues, then people need to come alongside her and get her help. And she needs her friends to help her. And she needs the studios and the people to back off and not be giving her money to make TV shows to exploit that and make her look worse than she is. I understand that, because my mother went through that. My mother said a lot of the same kind of things that Demi Lovato says. And my mother had a lot of serious issues. If somebody came along and gave my mom the money to make a TV show, that would not have been helpful for her.
Wouldn't have ended well.
No. And look, everybody's at different levels, but I think sometimes we look at celebrities and we think that they're just okay, that like they must be together because they're celebrities. And most of the time, celebrities have more issues than you could possibly imagine, and they're suffering from mental issues right in front of us, and people don't want to acknowledge it because we like them. And
10 years in LA, Enosh, and I saw it all over the place from people that you'd be surprised. They are enabled because they make the studios and their agents and their managers money. There is so much mental illness out in Hollywood and LA, it would shock people. But all of that is sugar-coated and covered up because these are cash cows for the studios and for the industry. And it kind of starts to peek out and leak out a little bit, as we've seen with the Demi Lovato situation. As we've seen with some other celebrities who've kind of gone off the rails, and it's like they were off the rails when they were working in Hollywood. It's just they covered it up more because they were making the studios money then. They weren't getting the help that they should have been getting because they were being exploited.
Well, and like I said, I hope that she does get help. But if we're going to prop her up like she's okay, then I think that it's fair. I mean, Neil deGrasse Tyson is also not just some white guy. You know,
to disservice to Demi.
Like it is, I mean, like I think it's fair to judge anybody if they're going to say over the top things like, it's
regardless of their identity. And this all comes, and this is what it's also related to, is the whole identity. And I don't want to sound like Jeremy or any of these other nuts, but identity politics has been injected into things where everybody's so oversensitive about things. This is what's the controversy that's surrounding Dave Chappelle's new special on Netflix. He's been marginalized and demonized because people think that he was making fun of transgendered people. There was one review that came out that said, I started watching Dave Chappelle's new special and I turned it off a third of the way through because I couldn't deal with it. And it's like, you can't review his special until you get to the end, because it comes full circle where he's celebrating the trans person that he was poking fun of at the beginning of his set that he was actually personally friends with. There's such an oversensitivity.
I'll also say the time that we cut off communication too, and we decide we're not going to continue a conversation, that's when we're gonna lose touch. So Gavin, I'm uh-oh, dang it. There was one thing I wanted to show, but Gavin, so my question is do you think though that like from what you're seeing from the Batman, that like you would ever see an over the top like character like Clayface? Like I don't think that you're going to see I don't know. Like the tone could be completely different, but when I look at this like ultra realistic, right? Like if the Dark Knight was a realistic take on Batman, right? Of like what that could look like, I feel like the Batman looks like the ultra creepy realistic that like I don't know that a supernatural kind of thing like Clayface
Firefly would work. Firefly doesn't have any special powers. He's just got that crazy suit and his flame.
But RJ, like, but the thing is Mr. Freeze or even Mr. Freeze or what was or Firefly, like that to me is not the over the top. That's scientific stuff. When you're talking about a
shapeshifter,
a shape-shifting sentient piece of clay,
yeah,
to me that's completely different.
That's a different that's a different universe. It's a different universe.
That's a different universe.
Reality.
That's like that couldn't have existed in the Dark Knight trilogy.
No way.
It just doesn't make sense.
Even they had to downscale what Bane was in the Dark Knight trilogy.
Yeah, no, Firefly, absolutely.
Yeah,
I agree.
Firefly
Firefly can absolutely exist, right? I'm talking about Clayface though, right?
They used Firefly to great success in the Arkham Origins game.
Isn't Clayface just like Sandman?
Kind of, but with clay.
Kind of.
Well, they did it in Spider-Man.
Well, but Spider-Man is a little bit more. Spider-Man also embraces the whole idea of the metahuman aspect of the Marvel universe.
Mutants.
I don't know that the Batman, the Nolan trilogy, nor even this one, the Batman has metahumans in it. I don't sense.
People are saying there's new pictures from Black Adam. I'm trying to find out.
Oh yeah,
that's what they're saying. Yeah. If anybody has them, can you send them to me? Because
dude, that'd be dope.
I'm a little bit nervous about Black Adam. I hope it's not Dwayne Johnson playing Dwayne Johnson in a Black Adam costume, because I like Dwayne Johnson. But every time I see him in a movie, I think I'm watching Dwayne Johnson. I don't think I'm watching the character he's supposed to be embodying. I think that's the problem with superstar casting these days. Is like if you can't get past their really, really well-known public persona, it can have an impact on the universe that they're inhabiting as the character they're supposed to play.
Whoops.
Clayface is also more
I
goofy.
don't know what happened.
Let's see here. I'm not finding it.
Ang No says, "Ooh, Knight, that's exactly what it's going to be." I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to see it, especially when Dwayne is like, carrying on in social media last year that Black Adam was going to be the new foundation of the DC universe, almost as if he was more important than Superman. I love Dwayne, but is that Dwayne's ego, or is that them actually deciding, let's make Black Adam powerful?
Well, in the latest thing that just came out, even tonight, he said he keeps reiterating again that the power structure or whatever.
That whole quote. It's about to shift.
Is about in the DC universe is about to shift. Well,
yeah, that's his ego.
Well, I don't know. I mean, that's what they keep putting out there, right? But I will say this. If they don't have him go up against the people who are in the DCEU, it means nothing.
Yeah. It's a wasted opportunity.
That statement, like
thank you, Warner Brothers executives.
If they put his Black Adam up against a different Superman, it means nothing to me.
Yep.
because that's not a power shift. We've had people playing these roles, and just to put, him up against any Superman doesn't shift anything. It just means that he'd go up against a different character.
And this is my perception of it too, to a certain degree, Enosh, is that I think Dwayne's always wanted to be part of the DCEU, and Dwayne's such a big personality.
Thanks, yeah.
Black Adam was never really a huge character. I mean, he was a big villain in the DC universe, but when you think DC universe, you don't automatically think to the big baddies. You think of Lex Luthor, you think of the Joker, you even might think of the Penguin. You don't automatically, I don't think, go to Black Adam. And he's been talking about Black Adam as if Black Adam has always been this huge imposing force across all of the DC extended universe. And I don't know that most movie-going audiences even have any idea who Black Adam is, that he makes those kind of statements or assumes that Black Adam is this big power shift, as if it would be a big power shift if it was anyone else playing it but Dwayne Johnson playing the role.
Okay. Oh, well, okay. Well, here's this.
You got it?
I got it. Yeah, I got a picture off of Twitter here of him in the costume.
He looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Hey.
He looks good.
Yeah. I mean, he definitely looks good.
We always assumed that.
Yeah.
I'm also getting vibes of Imhotep in the Brendan Fraser Mummy movies, though.
Yeah.
Which movies? Oh yeah,
the Mummy movies with Brendan Fraser. Imhotep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he definitely looks good.
He looks like he's not oiled up this time though. Like he is in Fast and Furious.
And it's about family.
Is the flight attendant coming back? No.
Yeah, looks like it. I've not seen it. Is it a good show?
It's a good show. It's a really good show. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing.
Oh man. Nothing compares to this. The hierarchy of power in the DC universe is about to change.
Where's Superman?
Nothing compares to this.
When you introduce a daddy like that, you need Henry Cavill to come back.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Matt Jarvis is the hierarchy of power. Yada yada yada. My guy.
Yeah. You've been blah saying blah it, blah.
You're not. Yeah.
You need Dean Caine to come back.
I don't know, man. I just feel like look, I hope that it I hope that it does well. Like, I think that he's perfect for the role for sure. And I think he looks great here. But
if he's playing the role and not playing Dwayne Johnson in that particular costume.
Johnson, yeah. But like I said, him just saying that the hierarchy is going to change. You got to have him. The only way he can prove that is by going up against the actual DC that's been there, right? Like putting him up against a different Superman or a different, whatever is not going to really do it.
Who can stop him? Superman.
Exactly.
You can't dismiss Superman we know in this universe that's clearly influenced by that universe's production design.
Exactly. Angie here says you got to give it to The Rock, though. He can hype up a movie he believes in.
He can. That's true. Sure can. Even Disney's African Queen remake. Oh no, I'm sorry. What was that? Jungle Cruise. You guys are familiar with the African Queen, right? The Humphrey Bogart, Katharine Hepburn movie from the 1940s.
Yes.
It's essentially what Jungle Cruise is like, a complete visually a ripoff of. They put Dwayne Johnson in Humphrey Bogart's costume, and who's the actress? Emily Blunt in Katharine Hepburn's costume, and they're in a riverboat, and they're calling it Jungle Cruise. It's like, I saw this movie when I was a kid. It was called African Queen. You're like stealing the archetypes and the visual look.
I mean, Hollywood. They do whatever they want.
When you got Dwayne Johnson playing a role in a Disney movie, great. Give him his own persona and costume. Everybody. This is a whole other thing, but African Queen, Humphrey Bogart was, a decently built guy, but he wasn't this like huge hulking figure. he was like an Indiana Jones character. It's like he was a character that was fallible and could certainly be injured. You see The Rock in Jungle Cruise dressed like the Humphrey Bogart, and he's this big hulking guy. It's like there are no stakes because The Rock can completely get through whatever's happening.
What you know what they say that you can only make like 11 stories in Hollywood, and and
tell it different ways.
Yeah, you cannot. So that's what they're gonna do, and reboots. So that's why you see a lot of reboots. I mean, look at the 70s show coming back with the reboot. Come on.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. I'm just like, it's where's the rest of this?
So it'll be interesting then to see. It'll be interesting to see,
I would like to see it. I would love to see this. I'm excited. Looks like a lot of CGI too.
And I like that shot of him rising into the sky. That reminded me of
that looked dope.
Brightburn, or there was this great short film on Vimeo. God, it must have been 8 or 10 years ago. The Flying Man, and I think that I have to think it may have inspired the guys who did Brightburn. But it was about this like solitary flying man that was like dropping into LA and killing mobsters. He was a superhero, but he was a dark anti-hero superhero, and it was like almost like a found footage type of video where they were seeing this figure in the sky who was never identified. Anyway, that image of Dwayne Johnson that we just saw.
American Hero or something?
Black Adam. It wasn't American Hero. I think it was called The Flying Man or something like that.
I know it. I saw that one too.
It was scary. It was really well done. And a lot of similar imagery and fear factor was put into Brightburn with that.
I saw Brightburn.
Yeah, that was effed up.
I love Brightburn.
Yeah, I did too. It was cool that someone thought to do the Superman myth completely the other way.
Absolutely.
Very creative.
Absolutely.
Was that the one? Wait, Brightburn was the one with the kid?
The kid. It was basically the Superman story, but the kid was evil. And it's like what would have happened if even if Clark had decent parents, because the parents in the movie were good parents, the kid was just effed up. And there was no salvaging it whatsoever. He just grew up to be a monster with Superman's powers.
The same kind of movie got made the same year, and it was called The Prodigy. You remember that one? It was about a kid with superpowers. And I saw them both back to back, and I was like, "What? This is the same movie."
Interesting. I'll have to check that out.
I'm going to see if I can find a link to that.
Same year.
Yeah, it was called The Flying Man, and it's on YouTube.
Oh, The Flying Man. Okay.
Let me. I'll share it with you. I don't know if you want to share it or not, but the imagery is very similar to. I'm sorry. So this is an independent film, right? And it looks like it's a professionally done movie, and I can't help but tell you guys, I really do think that the imagery is a lot like what we just saw in Black Adam and a lot of professionally produced Hollywood films. And I think this is just a preview.
Take a look at that.
Anyway, but that's there for you, and everybody can find it on YouTube after we're done. Don't leave us to go watch The Flying Man, but it is The Flying Man if you want to find it.
Well, we're at 3 hours and 41 minutes, so that was all I got for tonight. That was all the stories that I had tonight. But I think we covered quite a bit tonight, stuff that we didn't even plan on covering. So that was good. It was good. We had a good panel. I think
awesome panel.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Awesome conversation. I'm actually putting it in the live chat for people. There's the link, everybody. You want to check it out later?
Cool. All right, guys. Well, hey, thanks to everybody who showed up tonight. Thanks to the panel. Thanks to everybody who's in the chat. Thanks to everybody who watched tonight. And thanks for your support always. And hey, just know that you are loved, you are appreciated, and I'm glad you're here. And so, Night Star, you want to tell everybody where they can find you?
You guys can find me over on YouTube at Night Star Productions. That's my personal channel. I also host a news and arts and politics and culture show here in Chicago called Chicago Corner, which can also be found on YouTube. And we hit 1,000 subscribers, so I don't have to beg for people to subscribe to us anymore.
Awesome.
We hit that threshold. And
Cool,
yeah, it's been a lot of fun, and I always love coming here to the lounge and chatting pop culture. My other big love with Ina, I'm really glad we became friends, and I have a secondary home over here. And awesome. and little Oreo feels the same way.
Awesome.
Oreo.
And Garguts, you got a channel, right?
Yes.
Yes,
sir.
so tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
You find me at Garguts Entertainment.
I'm subscribed to you. I know that you got a channel. I don't know why I'm late.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go subscribe to you.
Just haven't seen you in a while. Just haven't seen you in a while.
Yeah, no, yeah. Well, I've been our schedules are different. Plus, like, we go live at different times, and then I work a lot. I just work too damn much. But I'm glad that I have Fridays nights. Friday nights are my nights now to have off now. And then Saturdays.
Anytime I see you're ready to broadcast live on Fridays, Enosh, I'm like, okay, I can go on because I'm all clean shaven because I did my show earlier in the evening at 7:30. I feel presentable. I've still got the energy, and I'm still on the whole live streaming mode. So it's good that you do streams on Friday nights too.
Cool. Anyways, tell them where they can find you, Garguts.
Okay. Garguts Entertainment on YouTube.com, and I also do a wrestling show that's going to come back very soon. Called Too Sweet Podcast, and you can find that on like iTunes and Spotify and all that one. But mine is on YouTube only.
Okay,
and it's kind of like it's I don't know. You've been there a few times.
Yeah,
it's kind of like sporadic. We talk about whatever, and just gonna go off the rails with that, and just keep going. Bring it back around.
And then don't forget, guys, you can find RJ at Resident Justice. You can find Brian Master of None at Brian Master of None. And who else is here tonight?
William.
William doesn't have a channel yet, but you can look him up in Vegas at the Sci-Fi Center.
Let's not forget the Junk Man.
And the Junk Man, yes, the Junk Man, and of course Mega Podtastic. We're both here tonight, so you can find them all. And then, of course, you know what? If you join our Discord. I gotta update that so there's links to all those guys.
Yeah.
But if you haven't joined our Discord, please join our Discord. It's a fun Discord. People are having fun over there, and they're enjoying themselves and having a good time. And there's all kinds of cool channels on there that pretty much something for everybody, man. DC, Marvel, Star Wars, Star Trek. If you do artwork, you can upload it there. There's a place for memes. If you still want to talk Snyder Cut stuff, you can still talk Snyder Cut stuff. If you want to talk DC stuff in general, you can talk DC stuff in general. You can talk sci-fi. You could talk pretty much about anything that you want to talk about. There is a spot on that channel or on the Discord for you. And you know what the great part is? There's just not any drama. There's just not. So, here's the thing. The Poindexter Lounge is a place where we can have conversations. It has been. It always will be. And, we don't always agree on things, and we may not always agree with each other. Like, I don't agree with more than half of the things that I heard tonight on my own channel.
What?
So there you
disagree
go.
with me, Enosh? What?
There was a couple points. There's a couple points.
It's okay, we respect each other that way.
Exactly. And that's the point. That is the point, folks, is that you may not agree with everything that you hear on the channel, and just know I don't agree with everything I hear on the channel. But we're here to have conversations, and we're here to voice those opinions, and we don't run away from them. So that's who we are here. We've had a really good week of tackling some really great topics, and I've heard from enough of you guys that have said, hey, really thank you for dealing with these topics. And so we're going to keep doing what we do. All right. And I hope that you love us, and you support us, and you come alongside us for the ride, because we're going to have some fun. We're going to keep having some fun. All right. Like I always say, don't let anybody tell you that your fandom doesn't matter, and don't tell anybody that their fandom doesn't matter, whatever those things are. But try to have, like I said, those good conversations, and try to respect each other. All right. And treat each other right, because at the end of the day, that's what matters. And if you do that, there'll always be a place for you here in the Poindexter Lounge. Until next time, stay nerdy.